Okay, cutting off the end of the song. I'm ready to start. Okay, I'm keyed up. I'm ready to start. It's time. Hi chat. Welcome to reacting. What up, Gradient Nation? Exactly. You can see the beasts behind me. They're here. The beasts are here. So, yeah. The beasts are here, I'm here, and it is time for some reacting. Let me turn on my desktop audio. Definitely, unfortunately, not tonight. We have two keyed up. We have Parkour Civilization Part 2, which is 2 hours. And then we have another one that we may or may not get to that is 2.5 hours long. So well, we're queued up for tonight. Why are all these Minecraft videos so long? I didn't think people liked super long Minecraft videos like that, but I guess they do. I mean, okay. Hi, Strawberry. Do you want to come? Here, Strawberry. You want to come sit on my chair with me? Strawberry. Do you want to climb up on my chair with me and sit with me? Here, let me sit how you like to sit with me. Okay, come here, Strawberry. Strawberry. Come here, Strawberry. Come here, baby. Come sit with me. Okay. Okay. This works, I guess. Woo! Okay. Okay, guys. Alright. Who's ready to watch, Parkour Civilization Part 2? I hope you guys are. Hopefully my audio and stuff is all set up correct right now. Yeah, okay. Okay. Store closing nation. Oh my gosh. Watching the Gradient stream while the store's closing. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Evbo themed. Whoa. Is the audio not going through? Duffy, you're kidding, right? You can't. Why can you not hear? Oh my gosh. Okay. I turned on. Dude. Okay. Why does something always have to break for me? Oh, there goes the doggy. Do not call me radiant. Ew. 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 Um. Ew, no, do not call me that, Deffy. Ew, no. Do. Okay, this should work. You guys are the worst. Okay, does this work?
I used to dream of being the champion of Parkour Civilization, but now I am. And I gotta admit, being the champion is
Yes?
pretty
Okay,
awesome.
cool.
Since I'm the best at parkour, I make the rules of Parkour
I
Civilization.
wonder why my
When I was
desktop
at the
audio
bottom
didn't
level,
work
I
then.
always thought that hard work to
Strawberry.
the top would lead to a better life. But now under my rule, people can actually live that better life.
You know what, Evbo? You are so humble. I bet it's no coincidence
kinda
that
quiet.
everything
Okay,
in Parkour
here.
Civilization is now Evbo themed.
Okay, I'll admit the FBO theme was intentional. But let's
Strawberry,
be honest, you
okay.
would totally do the same if you were the champion. I mean, I don't know if that will ever happen.
Oh, you think that's funny?
He
Let's
is the best
parkour
at
battle
parkour.
right now and see who wins. I can't wait to be the new champion.
All right,
Okay,
parkour battle.
Come on, let's be real here. You versus me? I mean, you do remember our last battle, right? I mean, oof, that was rough.
I think you're just scared because you don't
He's-
practice parkour anymore.
Right,
He's
if you think you
so,
can
like,
out-parkour me, let's
cocky
go for a battle.
now.
Honestly, you might be right. I don't even think I'm that good anymore.
That was not me, that was
three-block
Strawberry.
Jump with a 360? No way I can do that again, right?
Strawberry's-
Anyways, you still want to battle?
Oh, no,
Strawberry's
fine.
tweaking out
All
because
right,
she
you're
doesn't
still
want to
the
be in
best.
my room.
We all make mistakes. It's okay. Like I said, being the best in Parkour Civilization is kind of awesome. Not
He
only
put-
did I save the world, but
he
now
put his
I have
bandana
the power
on
to change
all
things
of-
for the better.
all
Since I
of the
defeated the evil
statues. Are you
champion,
kidding
I
me?
undid all of the corrupt rules that
Okay, sorry. Strawberry, will you stop tweaking out, baby? You have to stay in here for a little bit, okay? I know, you don't want to. You are insane. Come here. Come here, Strawberry. Come here. Oh, there she is, the tweaker. Come here. She hates me or something, I think. That's why she doesn't want to be here. Oh, are you gonna bite my toes? She's ridiculous. Okay, I'm gonna try and keep her in here a little bit longer, but she might have to leave.
destroyed Parkour Civilization, and now life is totally different. So,
Mhm.
this is how it works
Okay.
now in my civilization. Every new player spawns
Oh.
at the bottom level.
What is happening right now? What? Okay, sorry guys. The puppies are crazy. Hi, Clowny. Alright, I did not... Athena, I'm right here, okay? And we're gonna go back to it now. I just had to take care of the puppies for a second. Because they were freaking out for some reason.
Of Parkour Civilization as a parkour noob. There,
Okay,
they will learn
so this
how
is the
life
start.
works in Parkour Civilization and probably fail their first jumps. But even
Mm-hmm.
if they do, it's okay because they'll just spawn right back
They just
inside the parkour
respawn.
temple. Once a noob gets more experienced in parkour, they can attempt the course to rank up
Mm-hmm.
to try to get to the next level of Parkour Civilization. And yes, I
20
made sure this
million
course
tons
was
of
actually
explosives.
possible and not some evil way to make sure that people never ranked up. If a noob completes the course, they get their iron boots and they become a parkour pro.
Look at him
Now
making
they're on
changes
second
for the
level of
better.
Parkour Civilization, and the jumps are harder than the bottom level. As a pro, if you miss a single jump, you'll fall back down to the noob level and you'll lose your rank. The only way to get back up is to do the course again. But if you can handle all of the jumps at the pro level, you can try to make the course to go even higher in Parkour Civilization. The course to rank up is impossibly hard, and if you miss
And
one
what's
jump,
gonna
you'll die and
happen,
lose your
Fbo,
rank.
when
But if
someone
somehow
wants to
you
take your
succeed, you get
place?
your gold boots and you rank up to become a parkour master. Only the best players in Parkour Civilization can survive the difficulty of jumps up here. But it doesn't stop there, because the only goal in Parkour Civilization is to make it to the top, to become the champion. There's
Yeah,
only
that's
one
you.
champion, and the only way to
That's
become
you.
one is to beat the champion in a parkour battle. Which is me again. Man, I can't stop saying it. But I even changed the rules
He's-
for myself, so if I
Oh?
miss a single jump and I die, I'll rank down and become a parkour master again. And to be
Oh,
honest, I still
okay.
haven't figured out who would be the next champion after me if that ever happened. But I'm not really worried about that. I mean, when's the last time I've missed a jump? No! Please! Oh, okay, I'm gonna pretend I almost didn't just lose everything I worked for. You see, I could've just used my Totem of Undying and been fine, but as the champion, things are a little different. I mean, I got a reputation to maintain. I can't have people
Okay.
going around thinking I
Yeah.
can't make a water bucket. But speaking of reputation, so much of my time has been spent trying to rebuild Parkour City for the better. Now, life works a lot differently
It's
as
so
a
green
parkour
now.
master. The first big change I made was to the parkour bank. When I was a master, you could only get
I remember the
blocks
bank,
if you
yes.
completed daily tasks. But after seeing
Right.
what life was like back in the old days, I decided to make blocks free again. Now, parkour masters can get as many
Okay,
blocks as they
so
want,
there's
and
no
they don't
economy
have to
anymore?
do daily tasks. I even updated the second floor
No
to the
economy
parkour
anymore?
bank. Masters
Huh?
can now
Is that
get
what you're
whatever
saying?
they need to build the hardest jumps in Parkour Civilization. But the biggest change was bringing back Totems of Undying. Totems are free,
Okay.
but you're only allowed to have one at a time. I didn't want people grabbing like
Oh,
20 of these
okay.
and living forever and never ranking down, so one is the max. The next change I made was to the food supply. When I was a master, you had to build your own jumps to get food, and
I
I was
remember.
not a fan of that system because I almost starved because of it. So getting food is now different as a parkour master. Now you have to do 2 4-block jumps
Corvette has
if
said
you
that
want
they're
to get
wearing a
food.
full
Every day,
Parkour Civ
masters
fit in
can
your
make
server.
these jumps to
Really?
get 3 golden carrots. Or
Hold on,
if
I gotta
you're like
glance
me
at
and you're the
this.
parkour champion, you never lose hunger. So no need to do these jumps. All right.
You really
well, I
do
guess
have a
some
full
parkour pros
fit.
about to be eating good today. And of course, even if you do get the food, you still have to make the 2 4-block jumps
Proof
to
of
get back.
parkour
Now,
maxing,
onto the
yeah,
part that I
yeah.
don't really have figured out yet,
Got the
and
full
that's buying
set,
skyscrapers.
full fit.
When I was a master, I did 2 360s to buy a skyscraper. So I kind of like the idea of building a jump to buy a house. But the problem is that there are no more daily tasks. So I don't know who's gonna sell the houses. Okay, I don't have everything figured out yet.
Okay.
But this is my favorite part of
So the
Parkour
economy
City,
is in
the new
shambles. Good
parkour
job,
arena.
FMO.
Being a noob or being a pro is just about building your parkour skills. But becoming a master is when you actually have to learn how to fight with parkour. And this is the new place to do it. Up here, masters have everything they need to challenge each other to parkour battles. They can battle for fun or they can battle to the death. I haven't really figured out if I should set a rule on that. But anyway,
Battle
this
to
is
the
also
death.
the place that masters go to if they want to challenge me to become the parkour champion.
The guy
But
who sells
I
houses is
probably
gonna
gotta
sell the
change some things
houses?
because
He
I
doesn't
was
know who's
not
gonna sell
ready
the
for
houses,
first day.
though.
All right, well, parkour battles are open to the public. Oh, look at that. I already got some challengers. Wait.
Oh,
how
wow,
many-
that's a
Bro,
lot.
what? How many people want to challenge me? I realized that masters usually never saw the parkour champion, so this was new to them.
Hello, Champion Evbo. I can't
He's the
wait
guy
to
who sells
die in this
houses, everybody
parkour
knows that.
battle.
Oh yeah, good luck to you too. Wait, what? All right.
I
let's do
can't
this.
wait to
Parkour
die in
battle
this
starts
parkour
now.
battle.
Wait. Can you please attack me with a 360 jump?
You want me to attack you with a 360?
Yes, please.
Okay, I guess I can do that.
I
Bro,
think this
what is
guy's a
going on? Can this
masochist.
guy do
A
a
parkour
360? All right,
masochist.
I'm attacking you with a 3-block 360 jump.
No way, you actually did the 360.
I am so confused. What is this parkour battle? Wait, you didn't even try it.
I know. I get to die by the Champion Evbo's 360. This is the best day ever.
You wanted to. Oh, shoot. Okay, this is so weird. If this is how all of the challenges are gonna go, I need to make some new rules on parkour battles. Overall, it's safe to say that things are going great in Parkour Civilization.
And
People
how are they gonna
now
go
free,
bad?
and
All
life
right,
is
how are
what
we
it
gonna go
should be like.
bad?
But
All right,
even
we
though
need
things
story.
are
Come
going
on,
so
Evbo.
well, there's
Hit it
still
up.
one small thing
Hit it with
I
us.
haven't been able to wrap my head around. At the edge of Parkour Civilization, there's a bridge that leads to nowhere. My friend who found this said that this wasn't here before, meaning that whatever
Okay.
or whoever made this must have done it recently. The thing
Somebody
is
made a
that
bridge.
no one knows what's outside of Parkour Civilization. Once you reach the edge, the jumps just stop. and
Parkour
there's nowhere left to
Civilization
go.
Part
So
2,
far, my
where we
friend and I
leave
haven't
Parkour
figured out anything new,
Civilization.
except for now. Alright, man, what's going on?
This is strange. Something's stopping me from building the bridge even further. But this is where it gets weird. I tried throwing blocks and they just disappear.
My friend was right. He gave me a block to throw, and when I threw it, it just disappeared.
Alright,
instead
Embo,
of
jump
falling.
in.
It's like there's something here, something that I can't
Jump in,
see.
Embo. Let's
Alright,
do it.
well,
Let's
looks like
do
there's
it.
nothing left for us to do. I gotta go visit the old man. I said I'd visit him like a long time ago, and I never did. Before we found the bridge at the edge of Parkour Civilization, the old man said he needed to tell me something that he should have told me a long time ago. But I just got so busy
Okay.
with champion stuff and trying to change
Yeah,
the entire rules
all
of
that champion
society and
stuff.
whatnot, and I forgot to come down here.
Why is the
All
old
right,
man still, like,
ready for your
hiding? Oh,
story?
oh,
And
he's
of
gone.
course he's gone. Bro, why does this guy always disappear when I need him? I need to put like a tracker on him or something. I looked around the neighborhood and I had no
Microchip
clue
the old
where he
man.
went until I finally
I
saw
found
the old
him.
man just standing in the distance. Oh, that's a relief. I thought he was trying to pull another jump in the void move on me. Can you at least leave a sign or something when you go places so I can find you? Wait, what? Why are you taking
He's
damage?
dying.
What's going on?
F-Bo, you made it. Quick, I don't have much time.
He's
I'm
dying.
ill, and I'm dying, but I needed you to hear this.
No,
Dying
no,
of
no, no,
old
no. This can't be
age.
happening.
No.
Why didn't you say anything? I could have done something. I don't get it. You know I have the command blocks. We could have found you a
You
cure.
can stop
There's
old
no
age?
cure for old age, my boy. It is not my destiny to live on, but it is your destiny to keep going and to save Parkour Civilization once more. I should
have to save it
told you sooner
again.
about the 5th layer of Parkour Civilization, but it is too late. I fear that evil is returning.
The 5th layer
Evil?
of Parkour Civilization?
Beyond the edge, you'll find it. If this evil returns, Parkour Civilization will be destroyed.
That's where the bridge leads to? Another level of Parkour Civilization.
My time is here, Evbo. I need you to end my suffering with a parkour battle.
This is
No,
gonna sound
that's
crazy,
not
but
fair.
they
You
go
can't
to
ask me to do
Parkour
that. I'm
I'm
Civilization.
not asking Evbo. I need this, please.
I never would have thought
Whoa.
this was what it would come to, but the old man gave me no choice, and I
Sorry.
had to honor his word.
Thank you, Evbo, for everything. You are and always will be a better champion than I ever was. I hope to be with the
Yeah, because
parkour
you didn't
god
save
now.
the world,
And
you just
like
fostered
that,
it off
the
to
old man,
Evbo.
my mentor and my friend was
My
gone.
mentor.
Without him, I would have never become the champion of Parkour Civilization.
Right? That was a
and
peak
now there's
360,
a new
Connie.
evil that I'll have to face alone, without the help of the old man. But he
The
trusted
evil's
me.
Cloud
He
Pierce,
knew that
right?
I was the only
That's
one
what-
capable
that's
of
what the
saving
evil
Parkour
is.
Civilization. So now wasn't the time to stop. Now was time to honor the old man's legacy by finding this lost civilization and getting rid of this evil before it destroys all of
Parkour Civilization Part
If
2,
you
the
play
Lost.
games without
Aww.
You're missing out.
The
It's
Lost
so easy,
Civilization.
anyone can do it.
Boo.
Alright, well,
'Kay.
this is it. Somewhere beyond this bridge is the lost civilization. And I think we both know that the only way I can get
Let's
there
do
is
this.
to just jump. Look, I don't know what's gonna be
Not
on the
Clown
other
Fears?
side,
Okay,
but
Clown
if
Fears
anything
is good
happens,
then,
I trust
clearly.
you with Parkour Civilization. Just make sure you get better at
No,
360s
I know.
while I'm gone.
We'll
Clown
both be
Fears.
doing 360s once we make it back together.
The
See you on
Parkour
the
Villa.
other side.
No, wait! But before it could stop him, my friend
He's
jumped
gone.
off the end of the bridge and he just disappeared in thin air. Of course he did that. Alright, well, I guess this is now not a solo
Alright,
mission.
Efbo,
I
your
have
turn.
no way of knowing what lies beyond the bridge. And there's a very real chance that I never see Parkour Civilization ever again. But I spent my life fighting to save Parkour Civilization. And if there's an evil out there that threatens to destroy the
Sorry,
world,
the random
then I'm
F5
gonna
was
fight
really-
again. At the
it's really
very
funny.
least, I owe it to the old man to try. Okay, time to find out if I can parkour
Whoa.
on water. Yep, I knew this was such a bad idea. Okay, I'm still alive.
Okay,
for
we're
now.
water
All right, just
parkouring.
one jump at a
Parkour
time. I only
yaoi?
have to do like 5
Okay.
more of those, of course. Yep, I'm not making it back to Parkour Civilization. In all my time in Parkour Civilization, I've never heard of water parkour. But you know what they say? The first time
Oh,
to
this
try
would
is
kill
when
me
you're
so
floating over
much.
the void in a civilization that you never knew existed. The worst part is that I don't even know if I have a way back to Parkour
This would-
Civilization. Things
this
were
would
going great as
completely
the
kill
champion
me.
of Parkour Civilization, but of course, all good things come to an end. Someone made a bridge at the edge of the world that leads to a new civilization, and the old man told me that there's an evil here that could destroy Parkour Civilization. The old man believed that I could be the one to save
Sorry.
the world again, and if that meant jumping off a bridge at the edge of the world, then so be it. After jumping, I was teleported to this new civilization with one problem. My friend was gone. I don't know what happened to him or if
Oh,
he's
yeah,
even
I didn't
alive
even
still,
register
but all I
that.
know is that I'm stuck
Where
in
did
a
he go?
lost civilization doing the scariest parkour I've ever done. Okay, that was way too close. If I ever make it back to Parkour Civilization, I'm adding water jumps to practice. Alright, well, now what to do? I looked
guess
around and
I-
saw
I-
nothing.
I-
No sign of life, no sign of my friend. All I could do now was just parkour. So this
I
was
completed
supposed to
these
be the
terrible,
5th
awful
layer
jumps,
of
so I'm gonna
Parkour
keep
Civilization.
doing them.
Everywhere I
That's
looked
what he
was
said.
a 3-block jump, which is the same as it is
Ooh.
on the master level. But that's when I saw something in the distance. Structures made out of blocks that I've never seen before. The old man was telling the truth. There is
Here's
a
the
civilization
real
out
Parkour
here.
Civilization.
But how did they get this far away from Parkour Civilization?
That's just
And
like
why are they
sandstone and
here?
sand and
Man,
stuff.
imagine how easy my life would be if someone just made a Parkour Civilization history book. I could have just read about this place, and I wouldn't have had to risk my life coming here. But no one likes to write anything down, and everyone
Oh, and
likes to
bone
keep
blocks.
secrets.
Bone
which
blocks,
makes my life
sandstone.
so much harder. Whatever.
Bone blocks and
I guess what I
sandstone.
said before really is true. Parkour is used for everything in life. You make jumps to buy a house. You make jumps to get
Where are
food,
the
but
people,
more
though?
importantly, you make jumps
They don't have
to
sand in
know the
Parkour
truth.
Civilization?
So
Well, yeah,
now
'cause
the
it would
question is,
fall.
how many more jumps do I have to make to
It would
figure
fall
out
and
the truth
die
about this
if
place?
the-
From
if
what
there
I
was
saw,
sand
it
in
looked like
Parkour
all of the
Civilization.
houses on this level were abandoned. That was until they weren't. On the other side of the house, someone came
They
out
were
of the
abandoned
room.
until
It was
they
a
weren't.
Parkour pro. People were actually alive in this civilization. But when the person came closer, I realized that this wasn't a pro at all.
Chainmail.
Oh, let's go. You don't know how happy I am to see someone here. Can you please explain to me where we are and who you are? You have chain boots.
If you seek to know answers, you must beat me in a parkour battle.
See, this is what I'm talking about. People can't just say anything without doing parkour. All right, let's battle.
Yeah,
I
no, we
watched
have
as the
to speak
person
in
chain
parkour.
Boots built quite a long parkour combo for his first attack. Whoever these people were knew how to fight.
You must build the jumps I have built. The parkour battle will start and end on this block.
The battle will start and end on this block? What is going on? Alright, well, he said to build the jumps that he just built, so I guess I'll start with that. I don't know if I should feel bad for him. I don't know if these people out here know that I'm the parkour champion. But if I gotta destroy
He's so
someone
cocky.
in a parkour battle for
He's
some
gonna
answers,
die. He's gonna
I got
lose,
no
isn't
problem
he?
hitting him with the classic F-Bow 360s. Alright, I built all the jumps you did, so how is this gonna work? Are you gonna attack first, or do you want me to attack first?
Are you ready to battle?
I mean, yeah, I've been standing here.
Are you
can
ready
go
to
first if you want,
battle?
I don't care. I watched as the guy in chain boots did a 6-jump parkour combo for his first attack. All right, seems easy enough. Time for my
You
turn.
lost, parkour champion. We will return and have our revenge.
He knows who I am. Something was wrong. I pulled out my totem of undying, and just as I did, I got hit with an attack that would have killed me. Whatever this parkour battle
What?
was something I didn't know how to defend against. I had to get out of here. If that person battles me again, I don't know if I can survive another attack. I don't even
Was
know
it
what
like
he
a
hit me
race?
with.
Was
How
that what
did
it was supposed to
attack
be?
do 10 hearts, and I couldn't even counter with an attack of my own. This is bad. This is so bad. My totem of undying is gone. If I
have
lose
the
another
boots
parkour
on?
battle, or if I miss a single
Yeah,
jump,
wait, yeah.
because
He's like,
I have
how
no
did they know I'm the
second
parkour
chances, which means I'm
champion
gonna
wearing
have to
the
do what I
diamond
do best
boots?
and parkour to survive. Within a few seconds, the guy in chain boots was gonna see me, but I had a plan. I couldn't run. I had to fight back. Right when the guy came around the corner, I placed down 2 blocks and attacked him with a 3-block 360. From everything I know about parkour battles, he had no choice but to accept the challenge. But if this guy knows something I don't, then I just made a huge mistake. Luckily, it looked like he was forced to battle me.
You have
Right.
only bought yourself time, champion. We will return.
I watched as the person attempted the 360, but they missed it. Oh,
All right, Efbo, you and your
very thankful that
360s, keep
360s
going.
don't exist out here. I might have gotten lucky in this first parkour battle, but now that I know that there's an entire civilization that wants revenge on the parkour champion, I think it's safe to say that I am nowhere close to being safe. The only thing I know now is that no one should be living in this house anymore, so I should
Okay,
be
so-
safe here.
Oh man, am I happy to see you.
And just
Get Zaxby's fingers and wings and lemon.
How
pepper
did
from
that
Farm
attack?
in
He didn't even
Nashville.
like get a
Who
chance
got
to
the
defend.
sauce?
How did that attack hurt him? That's the question.
Mom, we need
That's
your
the
help.
real question that we've got
What
here right
happened?
now.
We lost David.
Just when I thought I caught
Okay.
a break, I heard a voice. And it was the voice of someone I thought I got rid of a long time ago. I slowly turned around to see someone standing right behind me.
I thought I was gonna
No.
be stuck in here alone forever, but now you're here.
Before anything could happen, I set up a 3-block diagonal jump to get ready to attack with.
Whoa, bro, chill. I'm not looking for a fight. I'm
Bro,
just trying to
chill!
survive like
That's what
you.
he's doing.
You
He's
can
like, bro,
relax."
chill!
Siwat made his way closer to me, and I realized he wasn't wearing gold boots anymore. He was wearing chain boots as well. Hold
He's
on,
got chain,
what is
okay.
going on? How are you here?
Pretty crazy, right? An entire level of parkour civilization that we didn't even know existed. It's really cool, but we're kind of stuck here, so I guess that's not so cool.
Okay, yeah, I've gotten that by now. I have eyes of my own. But how did you get here?
Well, I made the bridge, which I'm guessing you found.
Okay,
After
yeah,
you
he
became
made the
champion,
bridge.
I knew I had to run. I had nowhere to hide. but the only chance of survival I had was the rumor that there was a lost civilization somewhere beyond the edge. And as it turns out, it was much more than just a rumor. So, since
Yeah.
you ruined Parkour Civilization...
Bro, chill. I said
you
it
mean
tortured people
saved
I
it from you
imprisoned when they
maniacs?
streamed
Yeah,
back
whatever.
in
I
fear.
thought I'd start a new life here, but that's when I realized everyone in this level is crazy and wants to destroy Parkour Civilization along with everyone in it, which includes me.
Nice.
So yeah, I could probably use your help here.
Siwat can't be trusted. and
Yo,
if I
they're gonna
decide
team
not
up?
to attack him, I might be making a huge mistake.
Are they
Why
gonna
would
team
I trust
up?
you now, after all that you've done?
Bro, I don't have any more blocks to attack you with. Besides, we need each other if we're gonna survive and make it out alive.
Ah, fine. This is gonna be a huge mistake. Okay, so
Okay.
fill me in. What exactly
All right,
is
we're
this
teaming
place?
up.
What was the 5th layer of Parkour Civilization?
I don't know. They were some kind of fighters. Here, you should put these on so you don't stand out.
Really? You think I'm gonna fall for that? You want me to take off my champion boots?
What do you think I'm gonna do?
Bro.
Steal them from your inventory? That's not even possible. I'm just trying to help you hide.
Okay, that's a valid point. I'll give it to you. Man, I hate it when the villains make sense. I took off my champion boots and I put on my new pair of chain boots. I don't even know if this is gonna work, but if it helps me avoid at least one more parkour battle against one of these fighters, then I'm all for it. I followed Siwat until we arrived at what he wanted to show me, and we were standing in
temple.
front of the parkour temple. But this one was
Whoa.
different. The entire thing was in ruins. Siwat
been
said this
eaten.
entire level
Nom, nom,
used
nom,
to exist
nom.
in Parkour Civilization,
fat
but
fucking
somehow
liar?
it was erased
Who?
and removed from history,
Wait.
like it never even happened. The worst part is that everyone that
That's
was
crazy.
on this level of civilization when it was erased got trapped here with no way back. The question now is, how was an entire level of Parkour
Bro, they ate his
Civilization
head.
erased, and why? I didn't want to believe it, but the evidence was right in front of me. Inside this parkour temple, there was a statue that indicates that there was a 5th level of civilization. Okay, this is a lot to wrap my head around.
Yeah.
So back then, there was a rank between being a pro and being a master. And as far as I can
Okay.
tell, these people know how to fight. Maybe a little too well, to be honest. Siwat started to make the climb to get up to the top of the parkour temple. Back when this level was in Parkour Civilization, this is the course you would have to do to actually become a parkour master. The course to make it to the top was starting to fade
Fascinating.
away, but if you're good enough at parkour, you can still make it. Of course, it was no problem for me being the champion. Okay, that was actually kind of close. All right, let's see what it looks like in here.
God, he's
Whoa,
so
this
cocky.
was not what I was expecting it to look like. Inside the temple was the place where you would rank up if you
Oh,
were
so
on
you
this
have to
level
do
of
battles
civilization.
in order to
Siwat
rank up
started
here.
telling me that there's something in this temple that the people living on this civilization want. The problem is that they haven't been able to get it because the door is locked. He said that this course is different from all of the others. He said it wasn't just about making the parkour jumps to get up to the top, but it was about winning the parkour battles.
Yeah.
Apparently, the only way to rank up and get that door open is to win 4 parkour battles in a row. But these parkour
4 in
battles
a
weren't
row?
just fought against anybody. They were fought against parkour legends. Each of these 4 battles was fought against a parkour legend who has spent their entire life mastering a specific type of parkour. But Siwat
Oh.
said these legends don't just show up. He said that there are 4 discs, and each disc summons a parkour legend. Only by getting all 4, you can make it to
Okay.
the top and open the door.
So
Okay,
we
let me
have
get
to,
this
like,
straight. So there are 4 discs.
summon.
Each disc summons a parkour legend, and you have to beat all 4 in a row in order to get the door open. And the people on this
The lore just
civilization
gets more
want
and more
something behind the
convoluted.
door. So I guess this is the part where you tell me I need to stop them from getting the door open.
Actually, the opposite. I think they want something
need
that
to
will let
open the
them
door.
escape. So we need to get the discs first and get out of here before they do.
Okay, so we just gotta find the discs before these people do, and we can get out of here before they destroy the world. I might be the best player in the world at parkour, but that doesn't mean I'm not worried about the journey ahead. I mean, the people in this civilization have been stuck here
It
for
really does
years.
look like they
They've
just took a
had all
chomp
this
out of that
time to find
statue's
the
head.
discs, but they haven't gotten a single one of them
We
yet.
need to
That
put
means
pieces
I
of
can
the Ouija
only
board
assume
together,
that
summon
getting a disc
ghosts.
is
It's
impossible
true.
for most people.
Yeah.
Maybe it's even impossible for me. Bro, how has Siwat not even made it down yet?
Look, buddy, I know you're the mighty champion and whatnot, but you should probably play it a bit safer. If you die here, I don't know what happens. And if you fall into the void, I don't know if you're coming back.
If you don't remember, I don't like you, so can you just focus on yourself and let's get this over with?
Okay, fine. Don't listen
If you
to
don't
me.
remember,
need to
I
know
don't
something. I
like
came
you.
here with my friend, and
That's
when I got
crazy.
here, he was gone. Just, can you tell me if you saw him or something?
Nope. If you haven't seen him by now, there's a good chance he's gone. But maybe I'm wrong. Here, you're gonna need this. This compass will guide you to the place where you can find the first disc. Good luck, man.
It was time to go
Why
searching
can't-
for
why
the
did you
disc
just
that would
have it?
summon
Why
the
couldn't you have
first
just gotten
legend
it
of
yourself?
parkour. If my friend
does
is
Efmo
alive
have to
out
do
there
it?
somewhere, I'll find him. But right now, I have to do this journey alone. Wait, why am I doing this alone? Wait, you were just
That's
gonna
what
sit
I'm
here and watch me
saying.
risk my
Okay.
life? Why aren't you coming?
You're the champion. I can't parkour like you. Or if you want to give me blocks so I can fight, but I feel
'Cause
like
he's a
that's not
lazy
an
bitch.
option.
You're right.
It
I
seems
would never
so,
give you
yeah.
blocks in a million years. All right. Well, I guess that is a valid reason to go by myself. Looks like it's up to me to save the world again, but that's
All
kind
right,
of my
Info.
thing.
Let's go. Wait, that was so
If
many
you've
ads. That
tried
was really cool,
multiple
though.
Oral antidepressants.
Just one jump at a time. Oh no, I hope this isn't a parkour checkpoint.
Stop right there.
Yep, of course it is. I'm in trouble.
We already have a parkour search team looking for the disc as we speak. We weren't expecting more company.
This is really bad. If I don't find a way past this checkpoint, it might be the end
Uh-oh.
of Parkour Civilization.
This
I got
could be
two
the
options.
end of
I can
Parkour
talk or I can
Civilization.
fight. Let's try the talking thing first. I was transferred here from another parkour search team. Yeah, apparently the job was taking too long.
Yeah, that figures. Just build the password and I'll let you through.
Oh, great. The password is parkour. That means there are literally an infinite number of
Sorry.
possibilities that
The
the password
password
could
is
be, and there's no
parkour,
way I'm guessing
guys.
this. So, no more of the talking thing.
Guys,
It's time
the
to parkour
password's
battle. I
parkour.
set up a 3-jump parkour combo for my attack. This was it. There was no going back now. Once I start this battle, the guy will know I'm the parkour champion, and everyone will be after me. But I have no choice. I attacked with a 3-block vertical to a 4-block to a 4-block diagonal jump. Let's go. I challenge you to a
Alright, password accepted. You're good. Good luck finding any information about the disc. We need it.
password accepted. Wait, this was the password?
We can never be too
Wait, that's
careful. I heard
crazy.
the parkour champion's out there somewhere. I can't believe
There's
he
some stuff
actually
later that you're
thought
never
it would be
gonna
a good
believe.
idea to come here.
Yeah, why would he do that? Don't worry, we'll find this parkour champion. I heard he's not even that good at parkour. Oh, okay, good to see my disguise is still working. Once I made it past the parkour checkpoint,
I love
everything
Evo's
changed.
protagonist
All of
luck.
the grass block jumps had turned into ice and snow. Any normal person would turn around,
His
but
crazy
I have to keep
protagonist
going.
luck.
After realizing that I was stranded in the 5th layer of Parkour Civilization, I learned that the only way out of here is to find 4 discs that summon 4 parkour legends. But if these
Yep.
discs fall into the wrong hands, Parkour Civilization might be destroyed. So the only
And he doesn't
option
have
I
his
had
totem
was to
anymore
team up with
either,
my
so-
enemy, because whether I like it or not, that might be my only chance to make it out alive. As much as I don't trust Siwat, the compass definitely led me to the right place. I was supposed to be finding the disc that would summon the ice legend of parkour. And if I didn't
Why did
know
you
any
throw it
better, I
away?
would say I'm in
Don't
the
you
right
need that
area.
thing?
Now I just need to find this disc before anyone gets it. The problem is that I don't even know where to start. I tried looking for clues inside one of these houses, but all of the doors were locked. The fighters on this level have supposedly been looking for this disc for a long time, which can only mean 2 things. They can't find it, or they can't get to it. In the distance, I saw a structure that looked like it was a parkour
Low-key
course.
the
When
only
I
of
got
both
closer,
protag
I saw
luck.
that the course was made completely out of ice blocks. And at the very top, there was a dispenser. An entire
Dude, I
course
hate
made
ice
out of
block
ice
parkour.
sounds like where the ice legend disc would be. This has to be it, right? Maybe the
They would've
problem
found it
wasn't
already if
finding
it's
the disc,
there.
but getting to it. Maybe the jumps were too hard for people, or people are just too afraid to try. Whatever the reason is, I gotta make this course before someone else does and get the disc. The people here might be too afraid to try these jumps, but I'm not. Because if the fate of the world depends on it, then I won't hesitate to risk my life. I didn't
At
have
least he's
too
a
much
noble
experience
protagonist.
with ice parkour, but I was still staying on the blocks, which is all that mattered. Only 2 jumps left. Come on, I can do this. I went for the last 2 jumps, and I made it to the top. Let's
Good job,
go, I
Evo.
did it. So
Good
does
job.
that make me an ice parkour legend now? I mean, I don't see anyone else doing the course. All right, let's just hope that no one got to the disc before I did. If it's still
I don't think
here,
this is gonna
then
be the
I
disc,
only have
though.
3 more to go. Let's do this. I hit the button and an item came out.
Yeah, it's a
Let's
house
go.
key.
It was still here. I got the disc to summon the. Wait, what? A house
That's
key?
obviously
Bro, are you
not a
serious?
disc,
I did
bro.
all of that just to buy a house? Okay, well, now I'm back to square one. I have no clue where to find the disc, and I bought a house that I don't need. Now that I think about it, I might be the first one in history to have bought a house on every layer of Parkour Civilization. Was it worth risking the entire fate of the world and my life?
I mean, maybe the
Probably not,
disc's
but
in
is
here.
it cool? Yes. Okay, now I have a real reason to make it out of here. I need someone to know this story. All right, I gotta get back on track. I need to find this disc. Whoever lived in these houses before were doing some pretty serious parkour. One of the jumps to get to the beds was a 5-block ice jump. Is that even possible? I opened the chest expecting to find nothing,
A
but
book
to my
and quill.
surprise, there was a
Rest in
book.
peace, my
When I
sword will be
opened it up,
killed in
I
the
realized it was
entirety by the
written
entirety
in
of
parkour.
PvPs.
Luckily for me, I've been learning how to read the parkour language, so I could translate a little
Sorry.
bit of it. The book said that there was a book. When I opened it up, I realized it was written in parkour. Luckily for me, I've been learning how to read the parkour language, so I could translate a little bit of it. The book said that people would live in these houses to train for the Ice Legends course. The book said that people would often spend years here just training so they could be good enough to complete the impossible ice course. Well, that's reassuring. I
Guys, the
definitely
book
do
was
not have
written
years
in
to train on these
parkour.
jumps, but the book did mention an Ice Legends course, and if the disc was gonna be anywhere, it was probably gonna be there. The only problem
The
now is
book was
finding
written
this
in
course. I mean, it's
parkour.
probably not gonna be a big building standing in the middle of the open. Oh, okay, well, I think I found it. I don't know what the Ice Legends parkour course was, but if I had to guess, this had to be it. Even
actually
from afar,
ridiculous.
this looked like the hardest parkour course I've ever
I think you
seen.
should have put a
And I have
Vine
to be the
boob
one to
there.
do it
The book was
because
written in
the world will end
parkour.
if I don't.
Boom.
Bro, I don't even get paid for being the parkour champion. This is so not worth it. If this entire course is to just buy another house, I think I might just get it over with and jump off. But I quickly realized that I was at the right place because at that moment, I saw someone completing the course. Someone was after the disc, and right now, they were on track to get it before
You gotta
me.
go,
That
Fo,
means
you gotta
not only
go.
do I have to survive every jump, but I have
Parkour
to do it
race.
fast if I want to catch up. The problem is that this course wasn't the course to go fast on. These were ice jumps, and that means even the slightest miscalculation could send you sliding right off the edge. And that's not something I'm interested in doing. I was only at the
Right,
beginning,
yeah.
and yet each jump seemed like it was getting harder and harder. This next jump was a head hitter, meaning if I mistimed my jump, no! Well, let's just make sure I don't do
Okay.
that. Please.
Ooh, jump scare.
These jumps that I was making were harder than anything
I thought he
that
actually
even
died for a
exists in
second there.
Parkour
I was like,
Civilization. If I
what?
somehow make it back alive, I am definitely making the practice courses harder at home. As much as I wish I had more practice on ice jumps, I always say that the best time to try new parkour is when you're in a life or death situation. Now that I think about it, that saying doesn't
Are you
really
sure?
make any
Yeah.
sense, but who am I kidding?
Literal
I'm just
jump
stalling
scare,
because
yeah.
I have to do a 5-block vertical jump, and there's definitely a 50-50 chance I don't make it, but the fear of death never stopped me from trying. I cleared the 5-block vertical jump, and I was still on the course. When I looked ahead, I saw that I had
He's right
almost
there.
caught up to the parkour fighter that was doing the course with me. At the rate I'm going, I'll pass him and make it to the disc first.
He's
But
right
I
there
also
because
have to
there are
hope
no
that he
women
doesn't
in Parkour
recognize that I'm not
Civilization.
one of them.
Wait, what? Who are you? Why are you here? I'm supposed to be the only one gathering information about the Ice Legend disc.
Oh, yeah, boss
Shove
sent
him
me
off.
here. He said you were
Get him.
taking too long, and he wanted things to speed up, so he sent me. Bro, why did I say boss?
Oh, if boss sent you, very well. I haven't been able to get past the 5-block jump.
There's
but
that
if you think
protagonist
you can
luck
do it,
again.
Go right ahead.
Oh, yeah, of course. You know boss's orders, right? Bro, how did that even work? Okay, let's just get out of here. Somehow, I escaped the interaction without a parkour battle, which is great, because if I had to fight here, that would be really bad. But now I know that they have a boss, or a leader. Someone is leading these fighters to go find all of the discs. And I can only assume that
Okay,
whoever this
yeah,
leader
their
is
boss.
wants revenge on Parkour Civilization. Well, not even assume. One guy literally said word for word he wants revenge on Parkour Civilization. So
what
I
did
guess
Parkour
that's a pretty clear
Civilization do to
indicator.
them that
Alright,
they want
I really need to stop
revenge?
monologuing right before I'm about to go for a death-defying jump. Please make it, please make it. Oh, that should not have been
Ooh,
possible.
that was
With
close.
every jump, I felt like I was barely staying on the edge. But I wouldn't expect anything
Like, I know
less
this thing
from a
is
course that
scripted,
was made by a
obviously.
parkour legend.
Of course
Every
this is
jump
obviously
was designed
scripted.
to be nearly impossible.
But, like,
including
that's-
this
it still-
5-block
it still
jump, which
gets
I'm
it.
about to complete. I can make it. No! Just when I thought my journey was over, there was a block under me to catch my fall. Oh, that could not have been any closer.
How could you have gotten a water bucket?
And I just blew my cover.
Uh-oh.
I forget these guys don't have water buckets. I had no choice but to engage in a parkour battle. I needed the chance to attack first, and my attack was going to be something that would end the battle immediately. There you have it, a 2-block backwards jump, buddy. And just so you know, I've never lost a parkour battle. Obviously, that's not true, but the intimidation worked.
The void is more honorable than losing a battle to the champion.
And just
Oh.
like that, the parkour battle was over. Bro, what do these people
Rest in
have
peace,
against me? How
dude.
is dying
Rest
in the
in
void more
peace.
honorable than battling me? Despite dealing with a little emotional pain, I got rid of the parkour fighter unharmed. Now there was no one
Alright,
standing
now you just
in my
gotta
way
try it
to get the
again.
disc. All I had to do was make it past this 5-block jump. The fighters that have been trapped here for years haven't been able to make it, but if there was someone to do it, it was gonna be me. If I was the first one to make the 5-block jump, that means there's a
Let's
good
go,
chance
Rifo.
that the disc is still here. And I only have a few more jumps before I can get to the top and retrieve
they're-
it. I've
they're
come too
ice
far in this
ladder
journey to fall now.
jumps?
Getting this disc means saving the world, and maybe even saving my friend. So I have no choice but to succeed. I made the last ladder jump, and there I was, standing down at the hardest parkour course I've ever completed. Now, it's time to find out if this journey was truly worth the risk. Just one more easy jump, nothing crazy. Oh, okay, no surprise there. I never fall on the easy jumps. It's time to find out if
You
the
definitely
disc is
do,
still
buddy.
here, or if it even exists at all. I walked up and stood on the pedestal, and an item appeared in my hand. This time, it wasn't a house key. It was the disc to summon the ice legend of parkour. Siwat was telling the truth. He could have led me into a trap.
Siwat
but he
was actually
didn't.
telling the
discs
truth.
Are real, and now I have one of
Okay,
the
how do you get
four.
back
All
down
I have
from
to
this
do
thing
is
now,
get the
though?
other 3, and that's my ticket home. Hopefully, my friend's still out there, so I can bring him home too. And maybe Siwat. I don't really want to bring him home.
Hey, hold up. Where are you going? Why are you not gathering information about the disc? You said you were transferred here to help.
Yeah, I was, but it looked like the other guy had it all under control. I mean, he was really good at parkour. He said he didn't need me anymore.
Yeah, that sounds like him, all right. We've been best friends since
And
we
now
were
he-
kids. I don't know what I'd do without him. All right, you're
Oh.
Thanks, man. Wish you and your friend the
Oh.
best. Oh, that's so awkward. I think I might have just created a new supervillain. All right,
That's
I'm
really
sure there's a part
sad.
of
You
you
just
that
killed
wanted
his
me to fail,
friend.
but I made it back and I got the disc.
No way you actually got the disc.
Yep, 1 down and 3 more to go.
We can actually do this. Or you can do this. You got it, man.
The journey was far from over. Siwat
Yeah,
gave me the
okay.
compass that would lead me to the second parkour legend. Now that I have the disc for the ice legend, I was now searching for the legend of glass parkour. Oh, as if the journey wasn't as difficult as it was already. This legend just had to be glass. I have a feeling that there's
You
a
and your
very
water
slim
bucket.
chance I make it back alive.
Just 3 more to go. Just 3 more.
The new crispy chicken crunch
There's so
wrap
many
slime.
ads.
One's a snack, more's a meal.
So many ads in this thing. NBC dialogue, see what? Yeah, no, literally.
4.
Getting past a parkour checkpoint is no easy task. I can't use parkour as a bribe here, and I'm definitely not guessing the parkour password this time. That means the only way through is to fight.
Look at all the
Saving the world
glass,
is
though.
exhausting.
That's red
Alright, let's get
glass.
this over with. No point in introducing myself since this should be over soon. You know, I probably shouldn't be this confident since these people seem to know way more about parkour battles than I do. But I'm still the parkour champion, so being confident is a part of the job. I started the battle with a 3-block vertical sideways ladder jump, but the parkour fighter didn't even look surprised, even though I just challenged him to a parkour battle.
All right, champion. Let's see if you're as good as they say.
I watched as the fighter attempted the jump, but failed. Oh, this is gonna be quicker than I thought.
Oh,
Okay,
rest
that
in
attack
peace.
should have done at least 5 hearts, so 1 more attack and I can get back to saving the world. Might as well just put this guy out of his misery and hit him with the signature F-Bow 360. Under pressure,
flower
I did
pots.
3-block flower pot 360. Against most people, that would have ended the battle, but I soon realized that this wasn't a normal parkour battle.
Ooh, brewing
Great. I
stamps.
should have just tried guessing the password.
This attack will give you poison.
His attack only works if his jump is harder than mine, but I don't think a 3-block brewing stand jump is harder than my 360.
He's gonna do a 360 though.
I think I'm about to
He's
win
gonna
this,
do a
but when
360.
the fighter went for the jump,
no, he didn't.
added a 180.
I bet you thought
He
this
did a
would be easy.
180.
Adding a 180 to his jump must have made his attack harder because he would have taken damage by now. This is not good. If I don't build a harder attack right now, I'm gonna get poisoned, and that could be the end of me. That's why this is a perfect time to set up a jump that I've
Well, this is
never
why they
attempted
hate you.
before. It's simple. If I make this jump, I win the battle. And the jump I was going for was a 3-block ladder 360. This had to work. I went for the 360. Please make it. But I failed. The attack hit me, and now I was being poisoned. I actually thought I was gonna win
He's
this
got
battle,
poison.
but now the odds are stacked against me. By the time the poison wore off, I had half a heart left, and the fighter was already planning
bro
out
doesn't have
his
any
next
food
attack.
either.
From here on out, if I make a single mistake, my journey is over. But that's why I'm the one trying to save the world. If it was easy, everyone
can hear
would be
my
doing it.
dogs
The
just,
fighter
like,
was setting up a
going
parkour
crazy
combo
in the
with
other
ice
room.
blocks. Okay, this is good. I just mastered ice block jump. Wait, what? Before the fighter even attempted his attack, he just slipped off.
No
Okay,
fucking
that
way.
was not how I thought it was gonna end. Doesn't matter.
No
Looks like
way,
it's another
man.
win for me. Let's go. Even though I
That's
barely survived
crazy.
the parkour battle, I was stepping into more dangerous territory. This
You need
was
some
where I was
food,
gonna
buddy.
find the disc to summon the glass legend of parkour. There are 4 discs I need to find in order
Okay,
to
yes,
get
we
back
know.
to
You don't
Parkour
have to- okay,
Civilization.
keep
I
going.
managed to stay alive and get one of the discs so far, but the parkour fighters are still racing to get them before me, and now I know there's a boss.
The one
leading
thing I
them all.
don't like
But
is
if I
these
can
little,
get the
like,
final 3 discs
repeats escapes.
first,
Like,
can
I
save the
just
world.
watched this,
So
buddy.
far,
I know.
I'm very much liking the ice more than
It's
the
not
glass,
like you did it in an
especially since
episodic
most of the
format.
jumps
It's
are
in one
glass
big
panes.
video.
Not that it makes a difference, but before I go any further, let's get my health back. The entire time I've been here, I've been using my champion boots to gain my hunger back. That's one part I didn't
Oh.
get. As the parkour champion, I don't really need
I think
food
the video's so
anymore,
long,
but
he's
everyone else
expecting
does, so
people to
how
stop
are they
watching and come
getting
back.
food?
It's a compilation
Alright,
of
I'm just gonna
short
focus
form
on getting the
content.
disc and
Really?
get out
Is
of
it?
here as fast as I can. This journey was different than the
Is this
last one.
actually,
Last
like,
time,
just,
I
like,
made it through the checkpoint with
a compilation of short form? I didn't know that.
Well, the guard's in the void. If some of
I
the
thought it
other
was
fighters
just one
realize that the
big-
guard is gone, they're gonna come after me.
'Cause I've
So,
only
I'm
ever
just
seen
gonna
it
beat
in
this
the one
course,
big
get
thing.
the disc, and get out of here before any of the fighters can catch me. Easier said than done, obviously.
Why does
because
he
this
always just,
wasn't
like,
just
throw the
any
compass?
ordinary parkour course. This course was designed for someone who is a master at glass parkour. Now, I'm all for having self-confidence and whatnot, but the reality is that I have never done jumps like these. This course was about to be all unexplored
Okay.
territory for me, and I only have one chance to make all of these jumps. But the clock is ticking, and I need to get these
That's
discs
really
before
interesting,
any
actually.
of the
Sorry, I'm
fighters
just thinking
do.
about
You
how
know,
it's,
I would
like,
have been a lot
apparently
more comfortable
episodic.
if the glass parkour course were glass blocks and not panes, but when
I
do
mean,
I
at
ever
least
get my
they're
way
not,
with anything?
you
I
know,
will say
clear.
that one
They're
thing keeping me
dyed.
going is that if I do make it back alive, I mean, I would have to be the greatest of all time at parkour, right? While that thought sounds amazing,
goat.
I just remembered
Let's
that
go.
I've only gotten one disc so far. So if I
Evo, my
manage to
goat.
survive this course, which by looking at it doesn't seem likely to be honest, I still have 2 more massive parkour courses to go through before I can make it back. All right,
I
let's
wonder
break
what the
this
other
down
2
real
are.
quick. So,
'Cause we've
if
had
I miss
ice
a
and
single
glass.
jump,
Maybe
I die.
ladders?
If I have another battle with the parkour fighter, which is probably gonna happen, I die. And if Siwat has been plotting against me the entire time, well, I probably die. Well, all right. I think my chances are looking great. I take that back. Bro, what even are
is-
those parkour jumps? All right, let's just
That's
get
what I
this over
said.
with. Glass jumps are all about precision. Each glass jump is only 1/8 of the size of a regular block, meaning each jump has to be the perfect distance. That also means I get no momentum for this 3-block vertical jump. Please, parkour god. Oh, okay. And the next jump is just as hard. The 4-block jump onto
Okay.
a single pane was terrifying, but I went for it and I barely stayed on the edge.
Good job.
Bro, to think I could have been at home just chilling, getting a parkour delivery to my house. Wait, do I even have a house anymore? Let's see. If this jump is possible, I only have to do a 2-block jump. This has to be a shortcut, right? No way I'm not taking this. Let's go. I get to skip some. No! No, that's a trick for sure. That jump's not possible. All right, no shortcut.
Again,
for me
the little
today.
jump
I guess I
scare.
gotta
He's
take the hard
just-
way. I slowly made my way through the course, making sure to take my time with every single jump. As of now, I didn't see any other parkour fighters doing the course, so I
It's
didn't
okay,
need to
though.
worry about
I just gotta
completing this
remember
course
that this
fast.
still
I
has,
just
like, at
needed to
least
stay
another
alive.
hour.
But what if there's
So-
no fighters here because
so
someone
they're
already
not gonna
completed the
die.
course
They're not
and
gonna
got
kill
the
FO, 'cause
disc?
there's another
Alright,
hour.
Let's just hope that's not the case. Oh my, bro, are you serious? Not one of these staircases.
And we haven't even
Thankfully,
seen
I
the
made it to
parkour
the top
villain
of the
yet.
horribly designed staircase. But then I saw something on the ground. Looked like a piece of paper. I picked it up and it said something on it. It said, "Don't finish the course?" I had no clue what to make of this. I was so close to the end. I was almost at the second disc. So either someone
Interesting.
is warning me about
Okay.
something, or this was an attempt to try to make me not get the disc. Well, this just got a lot more complicated. I decided that the second
Do we
option
trust
was more
the note?
likely. The fighters know that I'm looking for the discs.
Okay, we're not
so
trusting the
maybe they
note.
had someone put this note here to try to get me to stop looking for them. But if that isn't their plan and someone is warning me, then I could be jumping into an ambush. At this point though, I don't even think it matters. As of now, the only way I know of getting back to Parkour Civilization
They
is
can't kill
getting all
FO, he
4
has the power of
discs.
God
So
and
even if
parkour on
getting
his
this
side.
disc is going
He
to lead me
basically
into a
is
trap, I
God
have to
of
still try to
parkour.
get it. Only a few more jumps and I would
At
be
this
at
point,
the end. Do I
honestly.
go for a shortcut now? Why not? Let's do it. I swear, all of this better be some crazy test to become the parkour god or something, because there's no way I'm doing this for free. All right, one more jump and the disc is mine. Let's do this. I went for the last final jump and I made it. I had completed the Glass Legends parkour
No,
course.
no,
Let's
what?
go. Let's get this disc, or let's fall into a trap. I hope it's the disc. When I stepped onto the pedestal, the dispenser gave
Legend.
me the exact item I wanted to see. The disc
Okay,
to
but how
summon
do you
the
get
Glass
back
Legend
down
of
from
parkour
here?
was now in my possession.
How do you get back down
Alright,
from this
2
one?
down,
Because
2
that's
to go.
crazy.
And now I just gotta worry about getting off of this course. Oh, this is the worst. I was making my way back to meet Siwat to get the compass for the 3rd disc, but that's when I saw something. It was a massive building that I've never seen
Oh.
before. Obviously, I want to get
New
the
big
discs and get
building.
out of here as fast as I can, but my friend is still missing. Maybe there's a chance he's alive and he made it into this building and he's hiding.
parkour
Even if he's not
library.
here, I can afford a little detour to find out. The building I walked into looked like it was some old library, although most of the bookshelves looked like they were empty. Geez, this staircase is even worse than the glass one. I didn't even think that was possible. I didn't know what I was looking looking for, but at the very
parkour
least, I was
library
hoping I
goes
could find a
crazy.
book that would at least give
Do you
me
think
a
all the
little
books are written in
information. I
parkour?
looked around until I finally saw a bookshelf with a book left in it. Okay, let me try not to fall off the edge while grabbing this. The book was written in parkour, but I could still
I knew
understand
it.
a little bit of it. It looked like it was talking about the champion boots, something about hunger and powers. Well, that's not really new information for me. I've been using these boots to feed myself the entire time. Okay, let's see what else I can find in this library.
Take 'em
I
off,
looked around,
buddy.
and still there was no sight of my friend. I knew the
You're supposed to be
chances were
hiding.
slim, but some
Okay.
part of me still believed that he would be here. But that's when I went up to the next floor and I saw someone. Oh no, I do not want to battle. Please just don't turn around. And she turned around.
It's you.
Oh my
You're
gosh, a
back.
woman.
Oh, I always knew you would change your mind.
Right. I'm back.
I never.
It's a woman
blamed
in
you for
Parkour
what you
Civilization.
did. I know it was a tough decision.
Yeah, bro sucks
Okay,
at
this
hiding.
woman does not know who I am, but I have no clue what she's talking about. I just gotta go with it, I guess.
I assume you're here to get your friend, correct?
My friend? You know where my friend is?
Oh, yes. I got the book around here somewhere. Forgive me. It's been a while since I've had to do parkour. I should be able to reach it.
Oh, not to worry.
Oh,
It's-
she's gonna
I'll
die.
get it. It's easy parkour. It's just that book right there, right? Yeah, don't worry. I'll do. No! Oh no, that's not good. Well,
The first and only
at least she
woman
went
that
out
we've
quickly.
seen.
All right, let's go get this book. I grabbed the book off the shelf and I started reading. The book said something about a prison where it's impossible to parkour. If the fighters captured my friend, that's probably where they took him. This is good news. This is great news, actually.
Why
This
is this
the
good
only evidence
news?
I have that my friend might be alive. And
Cloudy,
maybe
why are you
Siwat
scared of
knows
women?
where this prison is. I made my way back to Siwat to get the third compass from him. All right, I'm back, whether you like it or not. Hello, Siwat. What are you doing in the corner? Are you napping?
Bro, I'm tired. You take so long to get these things.
I take
No
so long to
way.
get these things, bro. I hate you so much. I got the second disc, but it's getting a little trickier to get past the
Women
checkpoints.
scare
but
me. Why do
still
they
got
scare
it. I'm ready
you?
to go get the third one. Siwat threw me the third compass that would lead me to the Legend of Crystal parkour. There's
Crystal?
one more thing. I think my friend might still be alive in some prison. Do you know anything about it?
If that's true, then there's a chance we can save him. But we gotta get the third and fourth disc first.
Okay, you're right. We'll get the discs
Yeah,
before
get the
the fighters
discs.
do. We'll save my friend and
Get the
we'll get out
discs.
of here.
Save-
As the
save
journey
your
goes
friend
on,
who
the jumps get
apparently doesn't
harder
have a name
and
or
the
something.
stakes get higher. I've saved the world by myself before, but this time I don't know if I can do it alone. But if I can find my friend before it's too late, then I think we have a chance.
Oh,
The
we
latest
get
galaxy
ads.
from Verizon.
No free advertising.
If I make this parkour course,
There we go.
I'm one step closer to saving
What
the
do you mean,
world.
why?
Even
What do you
though this
mean,
is parkour
why?
I've never done before. The good news is I can take my time
shoot,
because
look
there's
at
no
this.
one else doing the. Oh no, I take that back. There is someone doing the course. This is not good. If that person makes the parkour course before I do, they'll have their hands on one of the 4 discs I need to save the world. Which means I cannot take this parkour course slowly. Every single one of these parkour jumps were made up of crystals, and in all my time in Parkour Civilization, I've never seen
These
jumps
are like
these,
tiny
but
crystals,
I had to go
too.
fast. I had to make the no. I was the guy who saved Parkour Civilization, and I
No
actually
way.
believed I could be the one to do it again. I had made 2 of the hardest courses I've ever done to get 2 of the discs, and I was on my way to get the third one. But
Okay, he's
maybe
not
it
gonna
wasn't
die,
my
but how is he
destiny to
gonna
make it out of this place alive?
live?
When I went searching for the Crystal Legend of Parkour, I knew the journey was gonna be rough. The last time I made
So
it
if
through
my
a
mother, she
parkour
scares me
checkpoint,
about
it resulted
okay,
in a
that's fair.
battle that
Mothers
almost
are
cost me my
scary.
life. So I kind of figured that this checkpoint would go the same way. I jumped onto the platform ready to parkour battle, but the strange thing is that there was no one here. There was no one guarding the checkpoint, which means I was either lucky or I was leading myself into a trap. Given everything that has happened, it's probably a trap. But the good news is that it was now just me and the hundreds
Imagine
of
having to
crystal
live in
parkour
the
jumps.
crystal zone
Even
or
though I
something.
avoided a parkour battle, I was clearly not out of danger. I needed to make my way over to the
I love my
Parkour
mom
Legends
too, but she's
course,
scary
but that meant
sometimes.
I had to figure out what exactly these parkour jumps
Moms
were.
can be scary
Crystal
sometimes.
jumps didn't exist in Parkour Civilization. I was going into this with 0 experience. I tried my best to stay on the crystals that were entire blocks, but at some point, I had no choice but to jump onto the smaller crystals. These crystals were barely big enough to stand on, and if I made the slightest mistake, that could very well mean my journey comes to an end.
Wait for him to show up. He will show eventually.
What was that? Hello?
whispers.
Is anyone there? Oh, great. I think being stuck in
He's
this
hearing
parkour world
voices
for so
now.
long is making me hallucinate. Well, this is nice. I have to worry about not dying from
Evbo's
parkour,
hearing
and I have to worry
voices.
about not going crazy. I kept making jumps until I arrived at the place I needed to
Okay.
be. The Crystal Legends parkour course is where I could find
How
the
come the
third
ice
disc.
place was
If
the
I
only
make
one with
it, I'll
houses?
only need one more disc to go home.
Why no
But
crystal
I had to go
houses?
fast. I had to make the no. And with one jump, my entire journey was over. I watched as the world of parkour got further and further away. There was nothing to save me now. The damage from the void already started, and within seconds, I would be gone forever. I couldn't do it. I thought I could be the one to save Parkour Civilization again, but I failed. In my last moments of life, everything seemed like it was in slow motion. I think I must have been going crazy because it looked like I was floating upwards. But that's when I realized I might not be crazy after all. I wasn't
Yeah.
dead yet, and I was slowly rising back up to the world of parkour. What is going on? How is this possible? It was like I was watching my life in reverse. I was floating right back up next to the jump that I just failed. I was at a loss for words, but I might have had a second chance after all. I positioned myself over one of the jumps and I dropped out of the air. I wasn't
Dude.
dead yet. I was back on the parkour course. In all my life, I've never heard of something like this happen. If I had to guess, I would say the parkour god saved me once again. When I turned around, I saw someone for a split second running away. My entire
Ooh.
dodging death feat that I just pulled completely made me
Ref,
forget
do
that I
something.
was
Ref,
still
he's
in danger.
cheating.
One of the
Ref,
fighters
ref,
was
he's
ahead of me
cheating.
on this
Ref,
course.
do
When I
something.
saw them, they were almost at the end, which means that person might have gotten the disc already. But there's no way to know for sure. That could have been someone else, which means I have to complete the course to see if the disc is still there. Besides, the parkour god probably pulled some strings to get me back on this course, so I owe it to him to try. In Parkour Civilization, the more jumps you make, the more answers you find. But I don't know if I will ever be able to do enough jumps to find the answer to how I'm alive. All I can do now is keep making the jumps and keep moving forward. I have to believe that whatever
God, it's
or
so goofy,
whoever
but it's
saved
so
me from the
good.
void wants me to save Parkour Civilization. So I'm gonna try to not test my luck again and make all of these jumps. As of now, I saw no sign of the player that was here before me, and maybe this could be the reason why. Oh boy, I'm definitely gonna need another airlift out
That's
of the
crazy.
void. Now was no time to rush.
Another
I had to pay
airlift.
attention to exactly how large each crystal was. This jump was barely wide enough to fit through, but it was possible. I jumped into the tunnel, managing to stay on the very edge of the bottom crystal. Even the smallest miscalculation, like hitting my arm on the wall, would send me falling into the void. But luckily, I made it through the tunnel of narrow jumps, and I still had a fighting chance. After making it out,
Okay,
I could see
okay.
the rest of the course, and I saw no sign of the fighter that was here before me. So that means it is very likely that the person I saw has gotten the disc already. Unfortunately, I have to do a 3.5 vertical block jump to figure that out. I got momentum, and I went for one of the longest vertical jumps I've ever
Good job,
done.
Efbo.
Even being the parkour champion, I didn't even know that was possible. But that's
Why I
kind
said
of
hit
been
my
a
arm on the wall. Me
similarity
too.
across
I would.
all of
I
these
would.
parkour
I wouldn't
courses.
even be
Almost
here. Let's
all
be
of
real.
these jumps that are on
You guys
the
have seen me
courses
parkour.
don't even exist in Parkour Civilization and are near impossible. I hadn't thought about it, but maybe that's a reason why this entire civilization was removed. Actually, that doesn't really make any sense. Alright, let's just make it out alive and maybe someone will tell me the actual truth. But that's when I went
Maybe
for a
one
jump
day.
and I heard something again.
Trust me, I can get the disc. Just let me try.
It was another voice, like the one I heard before. I don't know where it's coming
He's
from.
hearing
I
the
thought it was crazy
echoes.
before, but
The
now that
crystals
it's
are
happening again,
echoing
I'm
voices
starting to
from the
really get worried.
past.
Man, my problems keep stacking. I need the disc to still be here, I have to not die in parkour, and now I have voices in my head. Great. Well, I'm gonna need a serious parkour vacation when I
He's
get
looking
back.
kinda a
Less
dumb
than
parkour
10 jumps
champion,
away
yeah.
stood between
Dumb
me
and cocky.
the end of the course. I just have to keep doing my thing and keep making every one of these jumps. No. Okay, let's not do that again. Only few can say they can do a 3-block vertical jump from no momentum. Fortunately, I'm one of those few. And that was the last difficult jump I needed to make
Fortunately,
to complete the course.
I'm one of
now
those
it was
few.
time for the big reveal and find out if I did all of that for nothing. If someone else has this disc, I don't know how I'm gonna get it back. But at least I have the other two, so worst case scenario, no one gets out of here. I stepped up onto the pedestal expecting the worst. But to my surprise, in my
here.
hand was the third disc. Whoever was on this course before me obviously didn't get it. And now I'm holding 3 of the 4 discs needed to get out of here. Only one more disc
We've got
remains
them.
before I can return to
Only
Parkour
one. I wonder what
That is, if I can
what it's gonna be,
survive
what
one more
parkour.
of these courses. I started heading
almost
back
didn't
to
even
Siwa
survive
to
this
get
one.
the compass for the 4th disc, but then it happened again. Finally,
Voices.
at the houses. It was another voice in my head. Unless it wasn't a voice in my head to begin with. Someone was trying to talk
Oh, there
to me,
are
and
crystal
they were
houses.
saying they were at
Duh.
the houses? I didn't know what any of the voices meant, but that's when I saw somebody. Standing near one of the houses was someone that I recognized. It was the person I just caught a glimpse of right
Gasp.
before I was saved from the void. Whoever this was must have been the person that sent me the message to find them at the houses. But the person still had chain boots on. This was a parkour fighter, meaning there's a good chance that this interaction leads to a parkour battle. But something
just
about
be
this
prepared.
felt different. I don't know
Just
why
be
they would
prepared,
be
Efbo.
calling me here, but I have to find out. And even if this does end in a battle, that's a risk I'm willing to take. I walked in to see the fighter standing on the other edge of the house. All right, buddy, if you want to fight, let's get it over with.
If that's
Hi,
how
Chip.
you want to repay me for saving your life, fine.
For saving my
Hydrate.
life? What are you talking about? I've never even seen you before.
I was watching
I
you
need to
through
get
the
more water.
course. I knew you would fail eventually, so I waited until you fell.
I knew
When
you'd
you
fail
did,
eventually.
I was there to attack you with a brewing stand jump, and the effect was
Oh, and it gave him
You
levitation.
attacked me with parkour.
No
right
way,
as I
absolute
fell.
cinema.
I didn't even know that was possible. This doesn't make any sense.
Absolute
Why
cinema.
would you save my life? You don't even know who I am.
I know you're the parkour champion, and the reason I know that is because you've been the pawn of our game ever since you arrived. You've been
Oh?
collecting the discs for us.
No, that's impossible. I fought
Oh.
parkour fighters in battles. I almost died. Why would they try to kill me if they
Parkour
wanted me to get the
fighters.
discs?
See what said it would have to be believable.
Oh, so now
Oh.
see what's behind this mastermind plan?
Of course
Oh,
he is.
see
And
what?
if you don't believe me, jump onto the center block.
I jumped into the middle of the house and it happened again.
If he fights you, you have to lose. This is the only way we win.
It was Siwat's voice. I don't know how you're doing it, but you're making this up.
I'm not. If
You already
parkour
said you didn't
across
trust
crystals while
Siwat.
talking, messages will be trapped inside for years. You're only hearing his voice because he was here setting the trap for you.
I didn't know what to believe. If this was all true, then I've been getting the discs for
But
the
why are you
enemy
telling
the entire
this
time.
to
At this
him?
point, I don't even know if anything Siwat has told me is true. If you're in on the plan, then why are you telling me this?
You
What
did tell
do
me
you
that.
want?
Yeah, wait,
Let's
that's what
just
I'm
say
asking.
I
Why are
don't
you telling
really
him?
like how the plan ends. So I'm hoping that by telling
Oh.
you this, you find a way to win. And in
Siwat
repayment,
is a big
you
fat
can
liar.
take me back to Parkour Civilization.
How can I be sure you're telling the
Ooh,
truth?
okay.
What if Siwat isn't behind this?
You think
This
it's
guy
a
wants to come back to
coincidence he
Parkour
has those
Civilization.
compasses? Why don't you ask him where he got them?
If all of this was true and Siwat was working with the fighters, then I have no one to blame but myself. But as far as
keep
I'm
yawning.
concerned, I
Ugh.
have the 3 discs. I don't know how in the world they plan on getting these off of me, but if I can get the 4th one, then I can get out of here. At least now that I know I might be in a trap, I can focus on getting myself out of it. But I still don't know if that fighter was telling me the truth or not. Alright, disc number 3 acquired. Wasn't an easy one, that's for sure, but I still got it.
This is insane. To be honest, I didn't think you would be able to do it. But
This is
clearly I'm wrong.
insane.
Only one more to go, and we can get out of here.
NPC.
Here, the compass to the last parkour legend. This one is supposed to be the most terrifying course, so good luck.
Well,
Neat.
if there's anyone that can get it done, it's me. Hey, this is just a quick question, but where
It's a
did you
course
get
of
all of the
entirely
compasses?
Neos.
The compasses? Oh yeah, I was just searching through all
Dude.
the chests, and I happened to find all of
No,
them.
I'm
Lucky
not.
find, I guess.
I'm not
Yeah,
meaning to
yeah,
make
that
you
is real lucky.
yawn.
Oh, that was really convincing.
What a notification
Yep,
did I
am
get?
definitely in a trap.
Hey, AT&T just gave me their best deal.
Oh, guys, apparently I have a package on the way.
I'm telling everyone.
That's what my notification was. What package
knows,
do I have
right?
on the way?
Yeah, he must have figured it out. It doesn't matter. The plan is in motion, and at this point, there is nothing he can do to stop what's coming. I must say, this plan didn't go exactly how I thought
Awesome.
it would, but I have everything I need to get my revenge.
Oh wait! Oh wait, sorry, I wasn't even looking. Hold on.
This plan didn't go exactly. Nothing he can do to stop what's coming. I must say, this plan didn't go exactly how I thought it would.
No
but
way,
I
he's
have
got his
everything
friend
I need
in the
to
basement.
Get my revenge.
Just one more parkour course to go, and I can get back to Parkour Civilization. Unfortunately, this is gonna be the hardest one yet. All of these parkour jumps
It's
have
actually
one
a bunch
thing
of
in common.
instars and
These were Neo
time
jumps.
merch.
Neo jumps are
It's
considered some of the
it's a
hardest
bunch of
jumps in
instars
Parkour
and time merch
Civilization,
that I
and
ordered.
for a good reason. The only way you make
Yeah.
these jumps is by moving around the block in mid-air. The last time I made
Deep
a
Slate
difficult Neo jump, I
Neos
became parkour
beating you up for
champion
not
and I
looking.
saved
I'm
the
sorry,
world.
I got distracted.
But
Also,
that was
Athena
one jump,
Athena
and
sent me
I'm afraid
something on
this
Discord.
course is probably gonna have a lot more than one. After all, this course was
Wait.
made by the Neo Legend of Parkour.
The Neo Legend of Parkour. Wait, I want to see what did Athena send me here. Athena, why am I in your wallpaper? Okay, crazy. Okay, Did I see the ice artist did a video for Flair Folly? No, it's not important. Too bad. I saw it anyway. While we're paused, I'm gonna go grab some more water because I am out and I'm thirsty today. Whatever I'm watching shows up. I'm special. Alright, be right back, guys. I'm not gonna turn it on my BRB screen because I'm gonna be gone for like 2 seconds, but be right back. Chat, stop trying to do riots and crime anytime I leave for 2 seconds. I will be back. And I am back already now. Okay. We're about halfway through this. How are we only halfway? Okay.
So that probably says something. If I had a choice, I would turn back immediately, but unfortunately,
it has
I
all
don't.
of them.
If I want to save the world, I need to get the disc. The entire time I've been here, I've been risking my life to get the discs I need to go home. I thought I've been outsmarting the people in this lost civilization, but it turns out I've been in a trap this entire time.
We didn't do
what has
anything.
been
You
behind
talked
it all.
about doing
I
it.
was tricked into collecting the discs for the enemy. And I can only assume that they have a plan to
See
get
what's
the
the
discs
real
off of me
parkour
so they
villain.
can escape. I couldn't help be disappointed with myself for trusting Siwat. How did I not see this coming? I mean, Siwat literally worked for the evil champion and ran the lab
Doesn't
that
mean it happened.
systematically
That's true, I
controlled
guess,
all of Parkour
but-
Civilization. You know, I probably should have thought about those things a little more before trusting him, but obviously it's way too late now.
Whoa.
I gotta give him credit. As much as I dislike Siwat because he is objectively evil, his plan is extremely well thought out. And now that's put me in a very difficult position.
Because
On
he's
one hand, I
objectively
could just
evil.
throw all of the discs in the void and no one gets them. If I went down that route, Siwat and all of the people here can't escape and destroy Parkour Civilization.
But you can't escape
then
either.
I wouldn't be able to get back home myself, so I'd
Yeah.
basically be sacrificing myself for option 1. Now with option 2, I continue to play my part and get the discs. As long as I have all 4 on me, there still might be a way to
Objectively,
get
yep.
out of here alive
Objectively.
without bringing them back to Parkour Civilization. As I was going over all of the possible futures, I noticed the course changed to Neo Ice Jumps. It seemed like this last course was a combination
boy.
of all of the Parkour Legend
What would have
courses,
happened if he
with,
did
of
these
course,
out of
adding new
orders?
jumps to everything. Oh, I forgot how much I hated these types of jumps. Okay, but back
Yeah,
to seeing if I
Neos
can
are
outsmart
cool
Siwat's
boy.
plan. No matter what option I choose, the biggest problem is my friend. The old woman at the library told me my friend is trapped in some prison. And if I remember correctly, there's one more thing. I think my friend might still be alive in some prison. Do you know anything about it?
If that's true, then there's a chance we can save him. But we gotta get the
He's
third and
underneath
fourth
your
disc
feet
first.
right now.
Well, now that I know that Siwat was the one behind the evil plan, I think it's safe to say that Siwat has my friend
I think
locked up in
Siwat
a
gave them
prison
his
somewhere.
orders
If that
specifically.
is the
Probably,
case, then
yeah.
I think I know what Siwat's plan is. He's gonna use my friend as leverage to have me give him the discs. It all makes sense now. There's no way he could get the discs off of me, so that means I'll either have to choose
yeah.
the discs or the life of my friend. That's assuming I
This
finish
sounds like a
course and
certain
don't
other
die in the
server.
void, so I can get the last one. But to
This
be
kinda
honest,
sounds a little
even
bit
though
like
one
like
jump
another
could end
server
it all,
that I
knew
watched
I
once
was
upon a
gonna
time.
finish this course. There's a reason Siwat made this elaborate plan to get me to do the courses, and it's the same reason why all the parkour fighters must have joined him. There's only one person that exists in this world that is good enough at parkour to make these courses, and that
Me,
person
Sue
is
Sylvester.
me, the parkour champion. Siwat and all of the people in this civilization put their faith in me. because they knew that without me, they would never make it back alive. Well, I hate to disappoint them,
Neo
but I
Legend.
don't plan on bringing Siwat or the evil parkour fighters back to Parkour Civilization. If all goes according to plan, there will only be 3 people going back home. So, it's time to get this plan over with and get out of this place once and for all. After making it out of the field
Yeah,
of
the
Neo
discs are
jumps,
your
I was
friend.
met with 2 parkour fighters.
Thank you for retrieving the discs for us, champion. Now, you will do exactly what we say if you want to stay alive. Siwat requests your presence.
This was it. Siwat had 2 parkour fighters waiting for me to ensure that I didn't run off with the discs. Normally, I would say that was a well thought out plan on his part, but I don't think he ever questioned the loyalty of his followers. Fortunately for me, I've got someone on the inside.
Hey, let's go. Keep it moving, champion. Why are you stopping?
Well, you know, just trying to catch my breath before this parkour battle. I quickly placed down a ladder and attacked the parkour fighter with a 3-block diagonal
Let's
ladder
go.
jump. You know, I would say good luck in this battle, but I think you'll have a hard time with a 2v1. The parkour fighter turned around to see that the other fighter had an attack of his own build. Yep, this parkour fighter was my guy on the inside.
No,
Let's
you're
go.
working with the champion? How could you? Fine, it doesn't matter. I'll take you both on by myself. I'm sure this will be the easiest parkour.
Well, that didn't last long. Wait
That was
a
a
minute,
good
I knew
cut.
that,
That was a-
guy, didn't
that
I?
was a-
We've been best friends since
That was
we
a
were
good
kids.
cut.
I don't know what I'd do without him. All right, you're good to go.
Oh, that's right. I made his buddy jump into the void. Well, at least they're together now.
Let's keep it moving. We don't have much time.
Yep, alright, sorry. Let's get back to work. So far, the plan I had was going smoothly. Siwat had his mastermind plan set up for me, so it was only fair that
So
I
now
fight
you just
back.
gotta get him
Before
back.
I went to the Neo Legend course, I visited my ally. Okay, I accept your offer. If you want to come
Family
back
Guy
to Parkour
type cut.
Civilization, you need to
I've
help
never
me.
watched Family
Finally,
Guy.
you came to your senses. We're gonna need to move fast if we want to make this work.
So, you're saying after I get the disc, Siwat is gonna have fighters waiting for me?
That's
Okay.
right, but he won't suspect that I'm working with you. I'll make sure I'm one of the fighters and we can escape to the temple.
Alright, sounds good to me. Oh, I really hope this works. Step 1 was getting
Yeah,
the
no,
disc.
I've never
Step
watched
2
Family
was
Guy.
making it to the temple without guards.
I
And
just
now
know like
it's
the
time
little
for
like
step 3.
meme audio
Alright,
clips,
ready?
like
Yes,
Peter,
this
the
has
horse
to
is
work.
here.
I'll go distract Siwat and find out where he's keeping
I've
your
never
friend.
actually watched
You
it.
just focus on beating the parkour legends and getting the door.
I've also never watched
Right, the
SpongeBob.
parkour battles. I kind of forgot about that. Time was of the essence. I needed my ally to distract Siwat for as long as possible so I had time to beat the parkour legends. I also needed to hope that my ally would find my parkour master friend.
Sorry,
and
did he
freeze
just
the
vanish? Where
parkour
did he-
legends. I also needed to hope that my ally
Yeah, he
would
just
find
vanished.
my parkour
I
master
never
friend
knew
and
joy
free
and
him from his
happiness.
prison. There were a lot of moving parts to this plan, but I think it could work. Unfortunately, the
I
plan
watched,
already
like,
had its
My
first
Little
hiccup.
Pony
The path I chose to
and
go up the
Littlest
temple
Pet
was
Shop.
destroyed. The only way up to the top
And
was from the
shows
other
like that.
side. Now I just gotta hope that those few minutes of lost
Avatar:
time
The
weren't
Last
enough to ruin the
Airbender.
plan. It was a good sign that I didn't.
I was
see
never
any
allowed to watch
parkour
SpongeBob as a
fighters
kid,
around,
me
though. But that's
either.
when I glanced inside the bottom level of the parkour temple and I saw someone. But this wasn't a parkour fighter. This was someone with gold boots. I ran inside to see my parkour master friend standing on a single chain over
Oh.
the void. The last time we saw each other was in Parkour Civilization. You're alive. Let's go.
Oh, there was somebody over
Oh,
there.
no. Standing to my right was a parkour fighter with an attack already
I liked
set
the
up.
Twilight
That's an
Zone.
easy attack. Don't worry, I'll handle this.
No, stop. That attack was for me. If I don't make that jump, I die. I don't have any blocks to build with, so I'm stuck here. But if you attack him, that will force his battle with me to end, and I'll also die.
Okay, this is not an
Oh,
ideal
okay.
situation. So how do I stop this?
You go up. Siwat is waiting for you up there.
Of course he is. Well, so much for my master plan to defeat the guy with the better master plan. Don't worry, I'll figure something
Yeah,
out.
Siwat was
Just
ahead of
don't
you, I guess.
move. Not that you can move, but don't worry, I'll figure something out. Alright, time to make my way to the top and probably face an ambush. There was nothing I could do now. I couldn't think of a single move to get out of this. If I even make the slightest
There he
notion that
is.
I'm gonna start a parkour battle, my friend will die. That means I have no choice but to just fall right into Siwat's plan. Well, I have been known to improvise, so let's do that. All right, let's get this over with. So
He
you
says
want me
in
to
the
help you
scripted
destroy
series.
Parkour Civilization.
He says I've been known to improvise in the scripted city
Now
series.
you're talking some sense. You know, a part of me actually enjoyed our little team up and getting each disc.
I used to watch Adult Swim
you
growing
got
up.
them, but it was fun sitting back and letting you do the work. Now, I'm closer than ever to achieving my goal of destroying Parkour Civilization once and for all.
I just played a lot of
Doesn't
Minecraft
make
as a
any
kid.
sense. You said it yourself. You live in
One
Parkour
Punch Man was my first
Civilization.
anime.
Why would you want to destroy it?
I haven't told this to anyone before, but
Uh-oh.
since I've already won, I might as well tell you.
You're cocky,
didn't
huh?
join Parkour Civilization. I was born here on this level of civilization. I might
Oh?
be the only one alive who remembers when this level was still a part of Parkour Civilization. And I might be the only one who knows what kind of a monster the old man was. My parents warned me about the old man. They told me to rank up
Wait.
before it was too late. Unfortunately, my parents were both too stubborn to rank down and too old to rank up. So, I left my family and became
Old
a parkour
what?
master. My parents were the ones who told me to use brewing stands to give myself the resistance effect. And that was exactly what allowed me to remember when the old man used the command blocks to wipe out this entire level, including everyone in it. In doing so, he wiped all memories of this place.
Why did
except
the old
mine,
man do
because
that?
of the potion effect. After that, how could I ever trust the system? The so-called beloved parkour champion wiped out my entire family.
That can't be true. Why would the old man do that? It just
That's
doesn't
what
add up.
I
He was
said.
kind and nice, and he cared about people.
You know, the funny part is that no one even knew. It was supposedly over a fight. Can you believe that? The old man let his
Yeah,
battle
wait,
with
he
one
said he used the
person
command
cause
blocks.
my parents and plenty of others to die.
A fight? What kind of fight would lead to an action like that?
All right, enough of that. What's in the past is in the past. Let's focus
And
on
he died
what's
to
gonna
old
happen
age.
from here. I don't need
Yeah,
the
he
discs.
did.
Instead, I'm gonna have you battle all of the parkour legends yourself and get that door open for me. I will then get my revenge on Parkour Civilization. And if you choose not to, well, your friend is obviously
But the old man's
price
dead
you
already.
pay.
Why do you
I
need
have to do
revenge
it.
on
I can't let my friend die
Parkour
because
Civilization?
of the mistakes I made. I'm the one who brought him here. I have no choice. Let's just hope I think of something later when I get
Because
that
the
door
old man's
open.
already
I
dead.
trust you'll come to the right decision. You always do.
Oh, well, here goes nothing. Given everything that's happened in my life, I never thought there'd be a time where I'd have to say this. But it's time to go help destroy Parkour Civilization. It was time to fight the legends of parkour. Under normal circumstances, I probably would have been excited for these parkour battles. I mean, come on, fighting someone who has mastered a specific type of
Civilization or your
parkour,
friend.
That sounds pretty
Save the
awesome
world
to
or
me.
destroy it for your
Fortunately
friend.
For me, these are not normal circumstances. Because if I beat all 4 of these parkour legends,
Save
I
the
will
world or
cause
doom
the
it.
downfall of Parkour Civilization. But that's assuming I beat these legends in parkour battles, and if I don't, well, I will die. And
Alright,
Parkour
F-Bo.
Civilization will probably be destroyed anyways. So, that means plan A is to help destroy Parkour Civilization, and hope I figure out a plan in the meantime. I thought I had a real chance to beat Siwat and save the world, but it turns out he was one step ahead of me the entire
Gosh.
time. My friend is
Sorry,
captured,
guys.
and if I don't
I
do
keep yawning. I'm
exactly
sorry.
what Siwat says, he'll be gone forever. So that leaves me with no choice but to
He's
help
doing the world
Siwat
for his
escape
friend,
so
exactly,
we can destroy
yeah.
Parkour Civilization once and for
Do you mean
all.
the world for
All
his
right, well,
friend?
here goes nothing.
Who
It's
I don't
time to
even know the
fight
name of,
first
and I don't
legend
think
of
F-Bo knows the
parkour.
name
I
of
threw
either.
the disc into the hopper, waiting for something to happen. I saw nothing, but then, a few seconds later, someone appeared on one end of the battlefield. And this person was wearing diamond boots. So, you're the ice legend of parkour? Why do you have champion boots on?
That's because I am a parkour champion. Well, I was one a long time
That's
ago.
because
I won the
we
battle
call
to
him
become
M-
champion using ice
M-
blocks.
okay,
so
I see.
yeah, I got the ice legend title. But all
So
of the
yeah,
parkour
I got the
legends
ice
are just
legend.
previous champions throughout history.
So every parkour legend was a parkour champion.
So how'd you
at
get
some
in
point.
that
That's
disc,
awesome.
bro?
Wait, so are you real, or what even are you?
Real? Absolutely. Alive? Not so much.
He's a
All
ghost
of us
in a
are
disc.
spirits of our past lives, and we exist now only for parkour battles. But enough questions.
F-Bo's
Prepare to
ah.
fight.
Oh,
The
right.
ice
Oh,
legend
okay. You
said
did
I
tell
have
me this
everything
before.
I
I
need to battle
remember
inside
now.
the chest. When I first came here, the chest was empty, but now the chest had 3 stacks of ice blocks inside of it. These ice blocks were the only blocks I had to attack with. No other types of blocks were allowed. It's time to find out if I can do ice block jumps better than the ice legend.
Okay,
of
sorry,
parkour.
they call me
ice
the
legend
forgetter.
attacked first. His first attack was a 4-block.
I'm remembering
vertical
now,
jump.
though.
It was a difficult attack for sure, but it was nothing I couldn't handle. My choices were to either make the exact same jump or do a harder one. But I had to remind myself that this was only the first of 4 battles, so I'm not gonna try to risk it all in the first fight. I defended the first attack successfully and the battlefield reset. Alright, let's go. It's my time to attack now. My first attack was a parkour combo with a 5-block jump chained into a 3-block
Okay,
diagonal
okay.
jump. I thought the attack wouldn't be hard enough, but to my surprise, the Ice Legend failed the
Yo,
jump.
the Ice Legend
battle
sucks.
was going my way, but it was far from over. If I mess up and get hit by an attack, I don't know how much damage these will do. That's why I had to get this over with. For my next attack, I set up a 6-block vertical jump. All of my training with ice blocks paid off, and I made the jump. Oh, okay, I'm just gonna pretend I almost didn't slip off there. I watched as the Ice Legend went for the jump, but failed
Yeah,
once again.
this guy
was the
sucks.
second
How is he
attack
the
in a row
legend?
that I landed. One more, and it should be over. But I got ahead of myself. I attempted 2
FO.
5-block jumps in a row, and I failed. Oh, that's not good. I should have just made my attack. The Ice Legend set up a difficult 3-jump combo and made it. It was time to defend again. I went for the combo, but I slipped off on the 3rd jump. The attack did 7 hearts of damage. If these combos get any harder, I could risk losing all 10 hearts in one attack. But if I land one more attack, I should win the battle. And the only way to attack in
He's
this
rusty or
position is
whatever
to
the
do a
Coast
harder jump than
equivalent
that
is.
one. Okay, it's time
He's
for a
supposed to be the
terrible idea.
legend.
I
He
built the
existed
same
just for
attack,
this
but
parkour.
added a 360 to the 5-block diagonal jump. Let's go. I cannot believe that worked.
This is a level of parkour I have not yet seen.
The risk paid off, and the Ice Legend was defenseless.
FO's gonna be
against
like the legend of
360.
Looks like
360s
you
or
won the
something.
first battle. I hope you know what you're doing.
You hope I know what I'm doing? Wait, what does that mean? But before he could answer, the Ice Legend was gone, and the parkour battle was over. Why did the Ice Legend say that? What did he mean by that? I mean, I know I'm basically causing the destruction of Parkour Civilization, but I don't know how he would know that. Alright, doesn't matter.
He's a
I'm
ghost.
still alive. The blocks I used to fight with disappeared from my inventory, and it was time to move on to the second battle. Going into the next fight, I realized I
Okay.
was wearing my chain boots the entire time. Since there was no point of trying to blend in anymore with the parkour fighters, I put back on my champion boots and started regenerating health. Okay, having full hunger makes me feel much better about these parkour fights. So basically, the only way I lose
Alright.
is if I get hit by an attack that does 10 hearts. So let's just try not to do that. It was time for the second fight. I threw in the disc and summoned the
Wither
glass
skeleton
legend
guy.
of parkour.
Cameron Brink will do any.
Advertisements. Yeah, no, literally, I was gonna say something before. His heart's totally regened.
Yo,
in the,
I'm finally free. Let's go. The old man said I'd be gone for a while, but I didn't think it would be that long.
Wait. Did you say the old man, as in the parkour champion old man? How do you know him?
Bro, I'm not here to answer any questions. I'm just trying to parkour battle.
Okay, I'm not sure what's up with these parkour legends, but they clearly
They're
don't
crazy.
like to talk about anything. But I always say you have to parkour for the truth sometimes, so let's go and do that. I turned around and
Oh
the
my
glass legend
gosh.
already had an attack built, but he failed the
failed
attempt.
his own
It was now
attack.
my turn, and beating the ice legend with a 360 made me realize something.
Why are we all
These
calling him the
legends were
old man?
parkour champions a long time ago, and parkour jumps have evolved so much since then, which is why it was time to start attacking with jumps from the new
How
age. I
old
attacked
was
with a
he?
1.5
Old,
block backwards
clearly.
diagonal jump. Even when the fate of the world is on the line, I'm not afraid to hit him with the Evbo special. And it was no surprise that the
The
glass
Evbo
legend
special.
didn't even get close.
Bro, why are you so good?
I started setting up a more difficult parkour combo. If my parkour math is correct, this attack should be enough to win. Come on, 360, 2-block, 360. Oh, let's go. I gotta say, I love parkour battles. As expected, the
Pop
glass
off,
legend
Evbo.
of parkour looked very
Easy.
discouraged, and I had a feeling the battle was
Easy
already
as hell.
over. He set up the jumps, and he failed the first 360. Okay. Hey, no offense, but how did you become a parkour champion?
Alright, yeah, I wasn't cut out for such an important job. Alright, bro, I hope you know what you're doing. And, when you see the next parkour champion, can you, not mention my name?
Wait, why is this such an important
What
job?
even is your
And he's
name?
gone, of course.
Okay.
Why do I have a feeling that there's something important they're not telling me? The glass legend said the old man said he'd be gone for a while, but what does that mean? But that's when I remembered Siwat's story. If the old man did
planned
erase
this all.
this entire level of civilization, maybe the parkour legends knew about it. Okay, I could be onto something here, but let's just get past this third battle. I threw in the disc and summoned the third legend of parkour.
So, it looks like you are almost at the top.
Sorry, that
the
skin
battles
is-
must be tiring you out by now.
I don't know, I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, the ice legend was kind of hard, but the glass legend didn't really fight back that much.
Bro, he was the second battle? That guy was only the parkour champion for 2 hours before I beat him. He's terrible. Alright, whatever. I can promise you are not making it past me.
Bro, parkour champion for 2 hours? That's embarrassing. I'm kind of surprised he even got there in the first place. It was time to battle the crystal legend of parkour.
2 whole hours.
Crystals are some of the blocks that don't exist in Parkour Civilization. So as of now, I have 0 experience with building crystal parkour jumps, but I had a feeling I was gonna have to adapt quickly. The Crystal Legend built a 3-jump parkour combo that looked like something I've never done before. I made the first jump, but I just barely missed the second jump. The attack did 7.5 hearts, so I was still alive, but it was not a good confidence booster. The Crystal Legend immediately went into his second parkour combo attack, but that's when I saw the perfect opportunity to put the battle in my hands. I built the exact same parkour combo as he did, and went back to my strategy of adding the Evbo signature move whenever it was possible. Changing the first jump to a 360 put the battle back in my favor. Surprisingly, the Crystal Legend made the 360, but didn't get enough momentum for the second jump. My strategy was working for all of the parkour legends, so why change? I attacked with a backwards 2-block jump into a backwards 360. Honestly, I don't even know how I made that parkour combo. Once again, the Crystal Legend of parkour was defenseless.
Well, there's nothing to say, except I hope you know what you're doing.
Wait, what do you mean?
That's what they've all
Just
been
like
saying.
That, the battle was won.
Okay,
But
there's
was
something
the
that we
second
don't know.
parkour legend to tell me that they hope I know what I'm doing. I just don't get it. I feel like the answer is right in front
Bro,
of
he
me,
looked
but
pissed,
I can't
right?
make sense
No,
of
he
anything.
did.
The parkour legends don't want to talk, but why? As far as they're concerned, I'm just trying to open the door to get back to Parkour Civilization. This doesn't make sense, but let's just get this last battle over with. I threw in the disc to summon the final legend of parkour, the legend of Neo Jumps.
Well,
All right.
this is unexpected to be sure. Nevertheless, here you are. This is the last battle to open the door. I wish you the best, whatever the outcome may be.
Wait, before we start, can you just tell me what the old man has to do with all of this? I know there's something.
I'm afraid that's not for me to say, but if all goes right, you will never know.
I thought
These guys
making
are
it to the
useless.
final parkour legend would give me some answers, but it looks like that's not going to be the case. The two
These guys are
outcomes
so
are I
useless.
either live without the truth or die without the truth. So obviously I'm going to.
Yeah, wait, why he's speaking in
this
rhymes,
final
too? I always
battle,
gotta
the
think
Neo
of
legend
that.
Let me attack first. I started off the battle with a 2-block Neo jump, but the parkour
He's the
legend
Neo
didn't look worried.
legend.
He built the attack, but then
Why would he
added
be
on
worried?
another Neo jump to the end. Just by the look of it, I already knew that this attack would deal heavy damage if I failed it. But likewise, if I make a harder jump and I make it, I could end this battle with 1 attack. Alright, that sounds like a plan. Let's do 2 double Neos. I made the jump harder and I went for it. Come on! No! I hit the wall on the second jump, missing the counterattack, taking 9 hearts of damage. If that parkour attack was even
Useless,
slightly
Zeppo.
harder, my journey
Useless.
would have been over. But the important thing is it's not, and I must keep fighting. Unfortunately, I was already under pressure again, facing an attack of 6 Neo jumps in a row. Okay, nice and easy, 1 at a time. 3, 4, come on, just 1 more. Please, no! I saw my life flash before my eyes as the attack took me down to
Adapt.
half a
Yeah,
heart.
no,
I
he's
was
gotta-
losing this battle. And
these
if it
Neos
keeps
are
going
killer.
This way, 1 more attack will be the end of me. As of now, I don't see how I can beat the Neo legend at
These
Neo
Neos
jumps,
are absolutely
which means
killer.
I know how this is gonna end. If I want to open that door, I'm gonna have to do something extremely
Evbo
reckless.
special.
This is quite possibly the worst idea I've ever had. I watched as the Neo legend built his next parkour combo, but I wasn't even worried about that. I knew he would make the jumps. After all, Neo jumps are his specialty. What I was worried about was my jump. I don't know if this is possible, but all I know is that if I make it, I win. Of course, if I don't, well, we already know how that goes. It's hard to rationalize this decision because I'm basically doing all of this just for Siwat to destroy Parkour Civilization. But it will save my friend and give me time to find a way to save the world later. Alright, time to make this impossible jump.
Okay,
I mean, this jump
let's
could
see it.
potentially change our understanding of park. Okay, I'm just gonna jump. I jumped off the platform doing a 180 and traveled around the block backwards. Yep, of course. What was I thinking? Journey is
That's
over
true.
because
The
I thought
glass
I could
jump
do a
specialty
backwards
guy
Neo jump.
sucked.
Wait, I'm alive. I actually did it. By some miracle, the backwards Neo jump changed the entire parkour battle.
I have nothing left to say, except I yield. I don't know who you
I have
are,
nothing yet to
but I
say.
hope you have the strength for what's to come.
The
I
Neo
hope you have
legend
the strength for
forfeited
what's
the
to
battle,
come.
and it was over. I had beaten all 4 parkour legends.
He did it. He
and
really
the
did
door
it.
at the top of the staircase was open. I survived, and now there was a way back to Parkour Civilization. Except for a second, I forgot that I wasn't gonna be
Oh,
the
no.
one going back. I had just barely finished the battle, but Siwat was already waiting
Just
for me.
punch him to
Oh, man,
death.
well, I survived, but now I have to watch Parkour Civilization be destroyed. I walked into the hallway that was at the top of the Parkour Temple. This
No,
reminds
left
me
to say,
of
but he
all
ain't
of the
shut up
times
yet.
that I
Yeah,
ranked
where's
up
the
in
emotion?
Parkour
He got
Civilization.
nothing.
Not that it counts for anything, but it's kind of cool that I ranked up again in a way.
I want you to know that everything I told you was true, except I left out one thing.
Couldn't have seen that one coming. Alright, what is it?
The old man's fight was supposedly with his friend.
With his friend?
Oh?
Okay. Is there a point you're trying to get at? I mean, are you about to come out with some crazy take about how, like, we're friends and we fight all the time, but it's okay? I mean, you're literally about to destroy Parkour Civilization.
I never said I would be the one to destroy Parkour Civilization.
Oh, it's the friend.
So, what does that mean? I started thinking about what Siwat just said.
Cloud
the old
Pierce,
man had a
Cloud
fight
Pierce.
with his
Sorry.
friend? Why does that mean something?
Parkour
What did
villain.
that old
Yeah.
woman at the library say? She thought she knew me, but how could she?
I never blamed you for what you did. I know it was a tough decision.
Okay, this woman does not know who I am, but I have no clue what she's talking about.
You were wearing the
She
boots,
knew
though.
where my friend was, too. She gave me the book that talked about the prison he was in.
I assume you're here to get your friend, correct?
My friend? You know where my friend is? Wait a minute. When
Oh.
I saw
Yeah,
her,
you were wearing
I
the
wasn't wearing my
boots.
chain boots. I was wearing
She thought
my
you were the old
champion
man,
boots.
and
When the old man used the command blocks to wipe out this entire level, including everyone in it.
I never blamed you for what you did. I know it was a tough decision.
The woman didn't know me. She thought I was the old man. And if she thought I was the old man, she wasn't talking about my friend being imprisoned.
The old man's fight was supposedly
The old
with
man's
his
friend.
Can you believe that? The old man let his battle with one person cause my parents and plenty of others to die.
The old man removed this entire level of civilization to imprison his friend. Getting to the top of this temple was never a way back to Parkour Civilization. It was a prison. And that means Siwat's plan was never to get out. It was
Here he
to
is.
help free the person that the old man banished from Parkour Civilization. What have I done?
Here he comes.
The old man is gone. That's a shame. If only he was around to see what I'm gonna do. The
Cloud Pierce! Okay.
Parkour Civilization.
I'm chill. I'm chill.
You make your own hot.
This is it. One final
Hello?
parkour battle.
Sorry, what
Parkour
happened?
Civilization.
Okay.
This is it. One final parkour battle to save the world. The
Here you
fate
go.
of
Here's
Parkour
Cloud
Civilization
Pierce.
is in my hands now, and my opponent is one of the most fearsome parkour fighters in all of history, and I was the one who helped him escape. I defeated every parkour legend thinking that I was helping Siwat get back to Parkour Civilization. I I thought he was
I'm
gonna
gonna
be
be
the
so
one
real.
to
I didn't know
destroy the
Cloud
world,
Pierce was like
but
his
it
own
turns
real
out that was
guy.
never his plan
Cloud
to
Pierce is
begin with.
awesome.
His plan
Okay.
was to get me to unleash something even worse. Someone who had been banished to this lost civilization. What have I done? Coming to this civilization was a mistake.
Cloud
I don't
Pierce
know
is
who
so
this
cool.
person is, but if the old man wiped out this entire level just to imprison his friend, it was probably for a good reason.
That plan took a lot of, well, planning. And now you get to watch how beautifully
I
this
also
unfolds.
don't get
You
the
must be very
hype.
proud. Your plan was perfect. You have everything
Corbin,
you
you
need.
gotta watch
So,
some Cloud
now
Pierce
give me back
videos.
my friend.
Whoa, not yet, buddy. Got one more thing to do first. Why don't you go introduce yourself to the villain of parkour?
The villain of parkour? I walked
The
up the
parkour
steps to see
villain.
the prisoner completely surrounded by lava.
I hear you were friends with the old man. That makes
You
two of us.
have?
I'm surprised he didn't throw you away like he did to me.
If you were actually friends with the old man, then explain all of this. Why would he wipe out an entire level of civilization just to imprison one person?
He was scared of what I had discovered. What was the term he used again? An illegal form of parkour.
An illegal
Forgive me
form
for
of
not
parkour?
understanding, but you said an illegal form of parkour? What could you have discovered about parkour to make it illegal?
It's time.
What?
What I discovered is time.
He
Since
discovered-
the beginning, parkour battles have always been one move after another, until I realized that they never had to be. You see, if you challenge someone to a race, it's the ultimate form of parkour fighting. It's the idea that you
That's-
are willing
wait.
to risk everything, that you will not only make the jumps, but you make them faster than your opponent.
A parkour race. When I first
Wait, 'cause
came to
I've
this
been
level
talking
of
about parkour
civilization,
races this
one of
entire
the
time.
fighters challenged me to a battle. He said that the battle would start and end on a single block. And when I didn't do the jumps, I would have died if it wasn't for my totem of undying. That wasn't just a regular parkour battle. That was a parkour race. How was an attack like that able to do 10 hearts?
Racing has no limits. Once you challenge someone to a race, you either win or you die. No in between.
If that's true, then someone with that type of power could take over the entire world.
Dude.
No one would be able to fight back. And that's exactly why Siwat's breaking him out of prison. The old man must have known that parkour racing could destroy thousands of lives. That's why he went through such great lengths to make sure that this type of
We're not allowed to
never
race in
made it back
Parkour
to
Civilization.
But now it's too late.
Best part of
I
the series
let
is it
this
makes you
evil
feel
back
smart.
into the world. What do you want? What are you even gonna do to Parkour Civilization?
I'm going to do what I'd set out to do a long time ago, enlighten the world with my
He's
new
wearing
form
chainmail now.
of
He had been
parkour
wearing
battles.
I turned around to see that Siwat
He had been
built
wearing
a
diamond.
parkour attack, but this was something I've
Armor
never seen
stand.
before. Siwat said there's only one more thing I have to do. If I get hit by this parkour attack, he'll give me back my friend. What is this attack? Why are there armor stands? And why do you need to hit me with the attack?
You know, I can't beat you in a
I have a
fair
feeling you
fight,
don't really like
and
Siwat.
I just want to land a good hit on you.
I can't believe that even after Siwat's plan worked, he still feels the need to prove that he's better than me. But it doesn't really matter at this point. He has my friend, and I have to deal with whatever he throws at me so I can get him back. He could be lying. This attack might be enough to kill me, but I was willing to take that chance. Thankfully, it barely did any damage. Okay, great. You got the satisfaction of hitting me in a parkour battle, so can we be done now?
Who knew? Armor stand attacks can take the boots right off of a player. Even champion boots.
In Siwat's hand was a pair of champion boots. And they weren't just any pair. They were
They're
mine.
yours.
My champion boots were gone. Just taken straight out of my inventory.
No
How
way.
is this possible? What are you planning to do with those?
You can relax now. Your time as the champion is over.
I watched as Siwat walked over to the parkour villain and threw the champion boots at his feet.
Okay,
Oh, no,
Clown
this
had
is
been
not
wearing
good.
those
If the parkour
earlier. Sorry, the
villain gets
parkour
access
villain.
to the command blocks, there would be no stopping him.
Well, this is my ticket home.
And just like that, I was no longer the parkour champion. I just gave the most dangerous player in the world unlimited food and access to the blocks
he's
that
Cloud
control
Pierce, he's the
Parkour
most dangerous
Civilization.
player in
See
Minecraft.
what handed him blocks, and at that
That's what they
moment,
call
I
him.
knew my journey was coming to an end.
Now, before I return to Parkour Civilization, I need a good fight.
Yep, this is the end for me. Throughout my life, I've
All right,
overcome
hit him
the
with the
most
FO
difficult
specials.
situations, but this is a
360.
fight that I don't think I can win. I've never even done a parkour race before, and I'm fighting against the person
Oh, wait,
who
we're
invented
racing.
it. I
Sorry.
don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I have to find a way to be faster than the parkour villain. The odds are stacked against me, but as long as I'm still here, I'll never stop fighting to save the world.
Amusement park. Get it out of here.
Well, let's do this.
I have to say, I'm going to enjoy watching this. I finally get to see you crumble.
You, prepare for a parkour race. You've served your purpose in this life. I offer you a quick and merciless death.
The parkour villain didn't challenge
No
me to a
way.
battle, he challenged Siwat.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! What are you doing? I'm the one who helped you escape. You, clearly made a mistake. I'm, gonna take off before I... What's happening to me? Why am I stuck? I can't
Dude.
move.
I watched as Siwat tried to run
Oh,
away.
Siwat's
but
gonna
he
die.
couldn't. Whatever the parkour villain was doing brought him back into the battle. It was like a force he couldn't escape. What was this power? I didn't even know what to think. Just a moment ago, I thought I was about to die. And now I'm watching one of my greatest enemies fight for his life. The parkour villain didn't even start the race yet. He was just watching Siwat. But then he took
Siwat
off. Before
sucks.
this,
Okay,
I
sorry.
had never seen someone move so effortlessly through a parkour course. Within the blink of an eye, the parkour villain was already at the last jump.
Please don't. I'll do anything. I'll work for you. Just let me live.
The villain made the last jump, and the race was over. Siwat lost.
I suppose I had this coming for me, didn't I? For what it's worth, I was telling the truth when I said I enjoyed working with you.
And just like that, the parkour villain had
And there he
claimed his
goes.
first victim, Siwat. The one
There he
who
goes,
would
he's
betray
gone.
me over and over was betrayed by his own plan. Right when the battle was over, the parkour villain
Jesus
didn't even
rubbed it off.
acknowledge me and started running away. He must
Sorry, where
know
did he
a battle
go?
was over.
Okay,
the
wait.
parkour villain didn't even acknowledge me and started
I
running
love-
away.
I love these,
He
like,
must know a
cuts
way
here.
back to
That's
Parkour Civilization,
good.
right? If that's the case, then there's still a chance I can catch up and battle him before he does. Bro, did he seriously jump off the temple with no water bucket? Oh man, this
How
guy's
do you know he
insane,
doesn't have a
but
water bucket?
I have to battle him, right? I'm
No,
not
wait,
gonna
'cause he
lie,
was
I
over
was a
lava.
little relieved that he chose to battle Siwat instead of me, but I can't let him escape without at least putting up a fight. If I challenge him to a battle before he challenges me to a race, I might be able to keep the battle in my my hands. The parkour villain has been trapped here for years, and he might know how to parkour race, but I'm gonna bet he's never battled against someone who can do 360s. I made it down to the ground level, and I spotted
You
the
and your
villain. He
360s,
looked like
Evo.
he knew where he was going, so he must know the way back. He was fast, but I managed to keep him in my sights. I followed him all the way until we hit the edge of this level of civilization. I don't understand. There's nowhere left to go. All right, let's not waste any more time. I only have one shot at this. I quickly placed down 3 blocks, and I attacked with 2 3-block 360s. This was it. The battle had started, and there would be no turning back now. This was life or death.
Okay.
I was waiting for you to fight back. A neat little trick you did there with the 360s. Unfortunately, my knowledge of parkour is beyond your understanding.
The chest.
Parkour villain didn't even look surprised that I attacked him with 360s. Oh no, what did I get myself into? I wasn't
Got
prepared
yourself
for
into
this.
something
the
for
parkour
sure.
villain built a chest jump. And the worst part is he did a 360. That's impossible. I thought I was the only one who could do 360s. My attack was erased. It was all up to me to build a harder jump now. The worst part about this fight is that we weren't on an even battlefield. If this was an ordinary fighting space, I would try the longest parkour combo I could do. But I don't have that option now. I just have to do one very hard jump. And that very hard jump is going to be the 3-block
Diagonal 60?
360. I went for one of the hardest 360s I've ever done, and I made it. I still had a chance. But then, out of nowhere, I took damage. The jump I built wasn't harder than the jump he built, and I lost the attack.
Just as I expected.
The villain was looking inside of the chest, and I
360
knew
in that
something
parkour
was
jail.
wrong.
The downfall was your inability to risk everything you had.
Risk
Oh.
everything I had? But that's when I noticed I had nothing. Every single thing
shoot.
I had in my inventory was gone.
The chest!
No water bucket, no blocks to fight with. And that's when I knew the parkour villain stole all of them when he attacked me with the chest jump.
It's in the
This
chest.
fight was over, and I lost. So that's it then, right? You have all of my blocks, I can't fight back. How are you even gonna get home?
These boots are the only way out of here. You could have left any time you wanted. I suppose it was your
way.
destiny to deliver them to me.
Why aren't you attacking me? Why don't you just finish the job already?
The old man isn't around anymore, and the
Yeah,
only
he's
one
dead.
left to pay for his sins is you. I want you to know what it's like to suffer, to waste away here for years, to be forgotten.
Efpo
just
didn't
like
do
I was.
anything.
Only when you are on your last breath, I will return to finish the job.
The parkour villain turned around and jumped into the air, disappearing. This was the end. The champion boots were the only way back to Parkour Civilization. Now, I'm stuck here with nothing, and there's no one left to stop him.
Just like I remembered it. And now, it's mine.
Oh, well, here we are. This
Crazy
is
cut,
my last
okay.
chance to save Parkour Civilization. I have to be the one to summon the Parkour God. Apparently, nobody has ever successfully summoned him before, but
Hello?
I've met him. I know he's real, and I just need him to come back one more time. Because, let's face it, I destroyed the world. I let one of the most evil parkour villains escape, and death and destruction follow him everywhere he goes. I thought I was the champion of parkour, but my parkour abilities were nothing compared to the parkour villains. I was completely humiliated, like I was just another parkour noob, and all I could do was sit and watch as the villain took all of my blocks and escaped back to Parkour Civilization. And
Okay.
I was left here to suffer,
get the god.
just like the villain did all of these years. In all of my time in Parkour Civilization, I've never experienced defeat like this. I mean, it only took one jump for the parkour villain to take every block I had. It was like he knew every move I was gonna do, and all I could do was just sit there and watch. I started grabbing every block that I could. Yes, it's true, I may be stuck here forever, but my friend is still in the middle of a parkour battle. If I gather enough blocks, maybe he'll have enough
There goes
resources
one.
to win. I just need these to not fall
There
in the
goes
void.
two.
Okay, well,
You have
I
two
guess
chests and that's
is
it.
all I have. Alright, so basically, my friend is gonna have to win the parkour battle in one attack. And of course, that is, if he's even alive still. I started making my way back to the parkour temple. Fortunately, when I
Making my
got
way
there, I saw
downtown.
that my friend was still floating over the void. I didn't have a plan. I was gonna have to use the two chests and improvise. But that's when I remembered, this wasn't my only option. There might be a way to get more blocks. I almost forgot that I had an ally. We got separated when I fell into Siwat's trap, but he still should be alive. I went to the place where my ally was going to find Siwat, and I found him standing in the middle of the battlefield.
Yeah, he's just been doing
are
nothing.
You all right, man? What happened here?
It was an ambush. I thought I would find Siwat here, but all I
Yeah, no
found
duh.
was a fight. I barely survived, but I have nothing left. No more blocks to fight with.
Well, that answered my question. The only other place I know of blocks is at the very top of the parkour temple, but I don't have a water bucket anymore. It's just too risky. If only I could get the parkour god to come back and help us out or something. Other than that, I have no ideas.
Wait, you might be onto something. If you actually believe you can
Yeah,
summon
to
the
summon a
parkour
god.
then follow me.
Wait, I was kind of joking, but alright. I started to follow the
Casually
parkour fighter.
summons a
At
god.
first, I thought we were going back to the library, but then I realized he was going further than that. A few moments later, we arrived at a building, and I saw
The
a
netherite
giant
boots.
statue of the parkour god. The parkour fighter said that people would come to this building to try to get their prayers answered by the parkour god. Okay, so you said people would come here all the time, and they just summoned the parkour god?
People would come here, yes, but no one has been able to summon
Yeah,
the
they would just
parkour
try
god.
to summon the god.
Apparently,
That
the
makes
last
sense.
jump you need to do is to jump into the void, and no one was willing to.
Great, so I have to die to summon the parkour god. Well, I mean, I'm stuck here forever, so it's either die now or die later.
If you do choose to go for it, good luck. I'm gonna go look for more blocks. It's been nice knowing you.
Okay, if I didn't know any better, I would say that his
That
tone
guy's
sounds
voice
like
is-
he thinks I'm not coming back. So, from what I know, no one has been able to summon the parkour god because of the last jump in this course. But I have some idea that it might be different for me. Back in Parkour Civilization, no one
okay.
even thought the parkour god really existed. But I saw him with my own 2 eyes. He gave me the champion boots to save the world. He came back before to save my life, and maybe he'll do it one more time. And who knows, maybe if he does show up, he'll give me blocks, and he'll show me a way out of here. I just have to make sure
guess
not
we'll
to
see.
miss a single jump before I even get to the summoning part. I barely made 2 3.5 block vertical jumps, and now I had to do
Some
of course,
water.
water parkour. You know, you would think jumping into the void would be enough, but no. Instead, I have to not die accidentally, and then I have to
You have
die
to
on
show you're
purpose. How does
serious
that
in
make
order to
any
summon a
sense?
god.
When I first arrived on this level of civilization, I was forced to do water jumps to escape. And now, hopefully, this is the last time I'll be doing water jumps. I made the last jump, and I was standing at the base of the parkour god statue. A few
That
feet
thing
in
really
front of
is
me stood a
huge.
door,
You
and
don't
when
really,
I walked
like,
up to it, it opened just like all
register
the parkour temple
when
doors did.
you're farther
I
away.
walked inside the room, and I
But those
saw
are
nothing.
huge.
All that was inside this room was a giant hole in the middle of the floor, and of course, it went straight to the void. And this is the part when I began to
Alright.
realize that I think my ally was telling the truth. Unless I could somehow miraculously make a 5-block jump, it seems pretty clear that the only thing to do here is to jump straight into the void. Oh man, I can't believe I'm about to do this. Alright, parkour god, if you're listening, please send me some help. I backed
Alright,
up and I
Fbo.
jumped into the hole.
All new Kinder Joy collect.
Dude. These ads, man.
With no blocks below me. But just as I was about to enter the void, I felt my feet hit slime blocks and I bounced up onto a ladder. Okay, that was not what I was expecting to happen. I didn't know how I was still alive. The blocks just appeared out of nowhere. Well, okay, if the parkour god's advice was to stop me from jumping into the void, I guess I got help. But I soon realized that my prayers were answered. Standing in front of me was a familiar figure, wearing diamond boots.
You know, it doesn't take much to convince you to jump into the void. You should really think these things through.
I don't get it. How are you standing there? I saw you die. How is this possible?
You asked the parkour god for help, so he sent me.
Why would he
parkour
send
god hurt
you?
You look like you've been through a lot. Let's talk.
So it is true then. You removed this entire level of civilization just to imprison the parkour villain? I mean, wasn't there any other way to stop him?
The only other way was to beat him in a parkour race, and I couldn't. So instead, I had to deal with the consequences
And now
of
he's
my
free.
actions my entire life. I'm sorry, Evbo.
It's fine. I actually understand. There was nothing you could do. I mean, if anyone's to blame in this situation, it's me. I was the one who let him out. Everyone in Parkour Civilization would have been fine if I wasn't so reckless. And now I lost my champion boots. Those were the only ticket out of here.
Hey, but he's
You
got
may
some.
not have your champion boots anymore, but there is still a way out of here.
I can go home? Tell me how. You know what they say, sometimes jumping in the void can save your life. I mean, no one has said that before, but in this case, it might have just saved mine. I have a way back to Parkour Civilization, but first, I just need to get my friend out of this parkour battle. I walked
Yeah,
up to my
free him.
friend expecting
Free
to see
my
the
boy.
parkour fighter waiting with his attack. But he wasn't here. What's going on? Where is the guy that attacked you?
You're not gonna believe this, but he fell in the void. From what I can see, he's never coming back, but the problem is that his attack still stands, and I'm at half a heart.
The parkour fighter fell into the void during a battle, but even if he's gone, his attack might hit you if you don't do a harder jump.
Exactly. So that means the only way I can get out of this is if you build me a jump that's harder than the attack.
Alright, I got very limited blocks, so it's time to do some parkour analysis. I'm not gonna lie, this jump is going to be hard. The parkour fighter attacked you with a 3.5 block vertical jump. Okay, that's not great news, but I think we might just be able to work with this. I placed down one of the chests. Now, my friend could do a 3.5 block diagonal downwards jump. Okay, we still have a problem. Your jump is going downwards, and that attack is going upwards, which means yours is still easier. I don't see how I could use the other chest I have to build a harder jump, so that means you're not gonna like this. You have to do a 360.
No way, man. I can't do a 3.5 block diagonal 360. Are you crazy?
I'm sorry, this is the only way. You have to make this to survive.
Oh, I never thought it would end like this, but at least I'll go out doing a 360.
There was nothing more I could do at this point. All I could do was watch.
I wish you never made 360s.
I watched as my friend jumped and made the 360
and he did it
onto the chest. For the first time in days, both me and my friend were safe. Let's go! See? Not that hard. I knew you could do it. My friend was saved, and now there was only one thing left to do, and that was return to Parkour Civilization.
I didn't find any blocks, but it looks like you didn't need them anyways. So what happens now?
I may have a way back to Parkour Civilization, and the way back was in front of us the whole time. The old man told me there would be a room behind the champion statue inside the Parkour Temple, just like the secret room back in Parkour Civilization. Sure enough, the room was here, and it was nothing except for 5 parkour jumps. The old man apparently made this as a last resort.
So you're jumping in the void on purpose?
Again?
And surprisingly for the second time today. The old man said that only by failing the 4th jump will I be able to make it back to Parkour Civilization. I gave my friends the blocks that I had. I would be going on this journey alone, so they were better off in their hands than mine.
Wait,
From
but don't
their
they need to come
perspective,
too?
They won't know if I had died or made it back home, so all they could do was just wait for me. My friend gave me his last piece of food to take on my journey. If I was gonna die in the void, I might as well not die on an empty stomach. Alright, let's jump into the void for the second time today. I'm really hoping I remembered the old man's words correctly. It was the 4th jump, wasn't it? Of course, there's nothing down there to let me know if I'm in the right spot or not.
Alright.
Wait, maybe it wasn't the 4th jump. Maybe it was the 5th. Oh man, why am I forgetting now? This was quite literally the only thing I had to remember. If I die and the entire world
He's so
gets
me,
destroyed
though.
because I couldn't remember
Forgetting
one
because he
number,
couldn't
well,
remember, yeah.
I guess no one would know it was me, right? Okay, I just gotta choose one. I think it's number 4. This was it. This was the only way back. And the only way back was to fail a jump. Let's just hope I failed the right one. I was falling through the void, but then I felt ground under my feet.
Let's
when
go.
I jumped, I thought my journey was over, but I soon realized that there was more to my story. I was standing in the place where my journey first began. This was my home, Parkour Civilization, and I was gonna be the one to save it again.
He's gonna say
something happens.
He's gonna save Parkour Civilization again. Let's go.
Today could very well be my last day in Parkour Civilization. If I want to save the world, I'll have to risk everything. I was the one who let the parkour villain escape, and if he gets his hands on the command blocks, he'll be able to destroy the world. So, plan A, I cannot let him get to the top of Parkour Civilization. But it was at that moment I realized my plan might have already been over. I was down at the noob level of Parkour Civilization, but no matter where I looked, I saw nothing. Every building that used to be here was just gone.
Oh yeah, they're all
I could tell
gone.
by the holes in the ground that a neighborhood used to be here. This was the neighborhood where I grew up in, and it's all gone. I knew that this only meant one thing. The parkour villain has already made it to the top and is using the command blocks to reshape Parkour Civilization. Oh man, this is not good. Well, plan A is out the window. It's time to start thinking of a new one.
You just gotta go
Crazy to
straight
think
up.
That my entire life started in this temple. If I had
Hey, no
never
time to
failed
reminisce.
this
Get
one-jump
up.
jump at the beginning, I don't think I would have become the parkour champion that I am today. I might have just lived my life as a parkour pro, comfortable and happy. But where would be the fun in that? At least now I get a near-death experience every 5 minutes, and credit for saving the world. Hopefully twice if I pull this one off. I made it up to the pro level of Parkour Civilization. I looked around and nothing seemed different, except for the fact that,
The head's
well,
gone,
the statue
yeah.
didn't have my head anymore. Alright, I'm gonna guess that was a personal design choice by the parkour villain himself. Just like the noob layer, everything I remember from the pro layer was gone. Except this layer was different, and now there were buildings that I've never seen before. This is the spot where all of the pro houses should be, but now
it's a
there's
parkour
just one
race.
platform with parkour jumps on it. And not only that, the parkour jumps are identical to each other.
It's a
this
race.
wasn't just a fight, this was a parkour race. I thought back to what the parkour villain said. He said that he wanted to enlighten the world with his new form of parkour. If I had to guess, I would say he did just that. All of the buildings surrounding the platform looked like prisons, but after checking every one of them, there was no one inside of them. No one was here. I couldn't help but think of two terrible ideas of what happened. Either one, the parkour villain wiped out every pro by himself, or two, he made the parkour pros fight each other. No matter what happened, the fact remains that the
And they're
prison
all
cells
gone.
are empty. So that leaves me to believe that the pros are gone. But that doesn't mean that the parkour masters are.
Where-
If the outcomes I believe happened were true, it makes sense.
I don't know
The
if he's
parkour
already up at the
pros
command
wouldn't stand a
blocks, then they're
chance
all
against the
gone.
parkour
Probably,
villain.
too.
But the parkour masters know how to fight, and if they can fight, maybe there's a chance that they've been able to stay alive. I made it up to the master level of civilization.
I like
Only
how we're
one
just
more
zooming
layer and-
through what
Bro,
took the
really?
entire
statue
video
got
next
destroyed
time.
again? Alright, once I get my hands back on the command blocks, I gotta build like 50 of those. Even though I was on the master level of civilization, everything looked exactly the same as the
Yeah,
layer
they're all
below.
gone,
the
too.
entire parkour city I worked so hard to make was completely wiped out, and once again replaced with a platform that had parkour race courses on it. I looked around but didn't see anybody, but that's when I realized that these prisons were different than the layer below. All of these prison cells still had doors on them. The masters might still be alive.
You just don't know when
Here
to give
he
up,
is.
do you?
Standing directly behind me was the parkour
He's
villain
always like
himself.
aura
I
looking
can
off
only
in the
imagine
distance.
you escaped with the help of the
He's got to do
parkour
his
god.
slow
That
turns
is
for
quite
aura.
unfortunate.
I wasn't expecting the fight to get here so soon, but here it was. It's time to risk everything to save Parkour Civilization. Alright, let's parkour race. This course right here.
I'm afraid not.
Wait, what? Why not? So now you're too scared to fight? What happened to all the stuff you were saying about willing to risk everything? Sounds to me like you think you're gonna lose.
You of all people should
taunting
know
him.
that course is below people like you and I. If I were to race you, the course would be terrifying. But I'm not going to. I'm just going to use the command blocks to wipe you out for good. You can try to stop me, but it looks like your hands
Hey, that's
are full.
cheating, bro.
The parkour villain wasn't even gonna fight me. He was just gonna wipe me out with the command blocks. What did he mean when he said it looks like my hands are full? But at that moment, I heard something, and I looked over at one of the prison cells. One of the doors had opened, and standing in the doorway was a parkour master. He started jumping towards me. Hey, what's going on? Are you alright? What happened to all the other parkour masters? Are they still alive?
I'm sorry, Evbo, but the new champion has ordered me to race you in this
Yep,
parkour
I was gonna
course.
say they're gonna
He
race.
ordered you to race me. Why would you do that?
If I don't, he'll race me himself, and I don't want to end up like the others.
Then don't, okay? Look, as soon as you challenge me to a parkour race, one of us will die. And you're not gonna beat me, so why don't you just give me time to defeat the parkour villain? And then we'll all be okay. Just don't challenge me and trust me, I can do this.
I'm sorry, Evbo, but racing you seems like my best option to stay alive. I challenge you to a parkour race.
And just like that, after those
All right,
words were said,
you're
I
dead,
could
buddy.
do nothing. Both of us were locked into a parkour race, meaning
Lock
once
in.
one of us finishes the course, the other one will die, no matter what. This is exactly what the parkour villain wanted. He introduced this illegal form of parkour, and now he gets to watch and laugh as I fight to the death with the people that I'm trying to save. The worst part is that the parkour villain knows that these parkour masters are
Hey,
no
Evbo,
match
you're
for me.
racing.
All he
Move.
wants is to watch me suffer as I eliminate my friends. After doing the last two Neo jumps, I knew the parkour race was over. Part of me wanted to just stop right here before the last jump and let the parkour master win, but I knew I couldn't. If I ended my journey right here, then no one would be able to stop the parkour villain, and many more lives would be lost.
Ugh,
After
rest
I
in
made
peace.
the final jump of the parkour race, the parkour master
Rest
was gone, and the
in
fight
peace.
was over. But the fight against the parkour villain hadn't even begun. If I don't get to the top of Parkour Civilization quickly enough, the villain will use the command blocks to delete me from this world, and I'll have no chance to save these people, which means there's no time to waste. The last time I saved the world, I actually had a plan, but now I have no plan, no blocks to fight with, and I just realized I have no way up to the top. Oh, I'm so done for. I didn't even realize that my champion boots were gone, and only the parkour champion can see
Yeah.
the path up to the top. But that doesn't mean it's not here. Oh no, I have a really bad idea. Okay, I'm 99% sure this is where the first jump starts. If I get this wrong, well, it was a good life. I jumped into the air expecting to be falling, but I wasn't. The path to the top of Parkour Civilization
He
was
just has to
here.
do it off
I
of
just
memory.
couldn't see it without my champion boots on. If this idea didn't work, saving the world would have been impossible. But now, it's just slightly less impossible. Oh man, I have to do so many invisible jumps. Oh, this is not gonna be easy. Only thing I could do was rely on my memory of the parkour course up to the top. Luckily, I've made
Memory
this journey
parkour
numerous
is
times over the
crazy.
course of my life. But still, jumping on invisible blocks is very much not preferred. Only a few more jumps and I was inside the parkour temple. But with how long this journey has been taking, I feel like I could be deleted in any second. After all, the parkour villain does specialize in racing. I made the final jump and I was inside the parkour temple. With no sign of the parkour villain, I can only assume he
Yeah,
made
for
it
somebody
to
who
the top,
specializes in
which
racing,
means
he's
this
not
could be
moving
the
very
end for
fast
me.
right
Well,
now.
if I randomly disappear, I guess I get to
Clown
add
Pierce,
an
come on.
invisible parkour course
Keep
to
going.
my list of accomplishments. But I wasn't gone yet. I scaled the temple until I was at the very top. He must be on the command blocks, right? There's no way he... Wait, what is that? On the other side of the parkour temple, there was some
he did
structure
make
built,
you a
and the parkour
race.
villain was waiting for me. So, I take it there's a reason I'm still alive? What, did you want to get one last supervillain monologue before you use the command blocks to wipe me out?
I was never going to defeat you like that. I just needed you to follow me. Now, you will experience the true pain of a parkour race.
I now realized what the structure in front of me was. It was a
Alright, go.
parkour race, and it would be my last chance to save Parkour Civilization.
Join Planet Fitness for
Dude.
1 cent down, $15 a month. No commitment. Deal ends Friday, April 10th.
Oops. Hold on. Sorry, I'm clicking things and it's not going well. Okay. Too much yapping, not enough parkour for real. No, exactly.
Some
Where's
part
the
of me was
parkouring in
relieved,
Parkour
because
Civilization?
If I was gonna be deleted by the command blocks, well, I had no plan to stop that. But now the course of action is simple: win the parkour race.
This is without a doubt the most difficult race in parkour history. I want you to feel the sense of dread as you watch me get closer and closer to the finish line, knowing no matter how hard you try, you
He's
will
just-
never
he's just
catch
villain
up to me. I
monologuing,
commend
buddy.
you for
We
making
gotta
it this
go.
far, but I cannot entertain this any longer. Let's begin.
This was it. The hardest parkour race in history, against one of the most fearsome parkour fighters of all time. There's nothing to save me now. Miss one jump and it's over. Make the jump slower than the parkour
So
villain
over.
and I die. Meaning I can't hold anything back in this fight. Maybe I'm not good enough to beat the parkour villain, but someone once told me that as long as you can parkour, there is always a way. The parkour race had begun. I did the first 3 jumps without stopping, but the parkour villain had matched my speed. This
Sorry, the
race
way he
was
just, like,
only gonna
looked
get more
over.
difficult, and the only way I could get a lead on the parkour villain is by doing the most difficult jumps with virtually no stopping. I barely stayed on after the ice block jump, and now it was time for a chain neo, which the parkour villain did effortlessly. I made the chain neo myself and made the drop down to the ladder. It was time to speed things up. I made a 4.5 block jump into a 6.5 block jump
Ooh.
onto a candle. Now was my
All
time
right.
to take the lead. I quickly made the 2 block neo
Keep
jump
going,
and
Efo.
immediately went onto the glass jumps. The parkour villain told me I lost the battle with him before because of my inability to risk everything I had. But right now, in this battle, I wasn't holding anything back. I stopped at a difficult neo jump. I needed momentum for this. I looked back and I had a sizable lead against
Okay.
the parkour villain.
Now
I
keep
could
going.
Do this.
You gotta
I went
keep it the
backwards
lead.
1 jump and used the momentum to make the 3 block neo jump. This was my time. This was my... And that's when my heart dropped. The
He
feeling
didn't-
of hope I had in this battle came and went in seconds. My side of the
No.
parkour battle wasn't finished, and the end to the race was just a few jumps away. I was set up from the beginning. The parkour villain never intended on me
Oh,
finishing
he's
this
cheating.
race. He got what he wanted, and that was to make me suffer. All I could do from this point on was watch as my life slowly came to an end. This was how I was gonna go out. In a few jumps, the parkour villain would make it to the platform,
Dude.
and my life would cease to exist. To be honest, with
Okay, there's
everything
no way
that's
the hero's
happened
not
my
gonna
life,
win in this
I
story,
didn't think
though,
I
right?
would make it this far. With every battle and every parkour course I've had to do, I always thought that a jump would be my last. And you know what? I've made some pretty impossible
he's
jumps,
cheating,
which
Ref.
is why I'm not gonna leave Parkour Civilization by just standing still. I'm gonna end this journey with one final jump. So, this is what the end feels like. Wow.
No
feels
way.
Weird. It feels like I'm still alive. No, but I'm probably dead.
It's 'cause
right?
you're standing on a
Yeah,
block.
I'm definitely dead. I mean, I jumped into the void. How would I not be dead?
You are very much still alive.
In that moment, I heard a voice that I've heard one time in my life before. It was the voice of the parkour god. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Did you say I'm alive? Wait, how is that even possible?
Why
God
did you
is
jump?
here,
Why
and he's a
did I jump?
cookie,
You knew
a
there
cake,
was no
or
block
something.
to land on, yet you jumped anyways.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I had no options, and didn't you hear my inner monologue? I kind of wanted that to be my last jump in Parkour Civilization.
That's not it. You were prepared to sacrifice your life for Parkour Civilization. And perhaps I should do the same.
I'm sorry, Mr.
Gasp.
Parkour God, but if I'm
The god's
still
gonna kill
alive,
himself.
does that mean there's still a way I
God
can
chose
go
to be
back
food, and
and
God
save
chose
the
to
world?
kill himself.
You
He's
may
about to
leave
kill himself.
anytime
Just
you
you
want.
wait.
Just fail a jump and you can go back.
I can go back and save everyone. Thank you, Parkour God. I promise I won't waste this chance.
So eager to leave already? I guess my golly words are of no value to you.
No, that's not it. Sorry, I thought you were done. Please continue.
Throughout my life, I have never bothered to interfere with the events of Parkour Civilization. I was afraid of what might happen if I were to introduce my power to the world.
Wait, but you gave me the champion boots last time I needed to save the world.
Played by a
Didn't
cookie
you
god.
interfere then?
Okay,
I was
yeah.
merely a messenger. The old man wanted his boots to go to you, and all I did was deliver them.
So why tell me all of this? And why bring me here?
Because I have found my successor. You have convinced me that there are those in this world worthy of wielding my power. And you
No
will continue
way.
my legacy by inheriting this power
I-
and passing it on to future generations.
I told you
Whoa,
Effa was gonna be
okay,
God.
Hold on. You said I will inherit your power? What power is that?
You will become parkour.
I'm sorry, did you just say become parkour? That doesn't make any sense.
I'm a godly figure that rarely shows up. I'm not supposed to make any sense.
And just like that,
Okay.
the parkour god vanished into thin air. I'm gonna inherit the parkour god's power? What does this even mean?
Divine
okay,
Boom
I guess
enhanced
now's not the
gradient
time to think about it
reactions.
too much. All that matters now is that I can finish this race and save
What
the
type of
world.
isekai is
From
this?
the beginning,
Real?
I've always had to jump to survive. And well, I'm still jumping.
Yo. And now he's God.
Oh, how did I just do that?
Wait, this is
Did
crazy.
the parkour god just put the ladder here for me? Oh,
No, you're the god.
I'm still alive. I'm still alive. How is this possible? Wait, netherite boots?
Ref,
No,
he's
I'm
animated.
the one who made the ladder.
What? That's impossible.
No, it is definitely possible. Now,
He's
let's see how
parkour
this works,
itself.
all right? Just
What
places
the
to go.
hell?
This is what parkour should feel like. Okay, what do we have here? I think I can build all that. I can see the finish line. I'm not giving up now. Come on, just 5
This
more
is
jumps.
crazy.
Let's do this.
And he did a 360 at the end too. Okay.
Oh, it's
People
over.
draw God Effa
Oh
with
my gosh,
360
it's
Halo,
over.
by the way. I would set a
Oh,
pick example
that one
fire
really
back
came
up,
down to the
deleted it,
wire.
fighting with you.
I kind of wish someone saw that
Aw.
360 at the end. That was kind of cool. Oh, my body is
I saw it,
sore.
Effa.
My shoulder
It was
kinda hurts
cool.
from that ladder clutch. Should it be hurting? I thought I'm the parkour god now. I feel like I shouldn't be able to feel pain. Can I even die? Should I test it out right now? No, that's a terrible idea. I should not test that out.
Man, why do the command blocks have to be a 4-block jump?
It's not that hard. Come on, you'll get used to it. Besides, you're the new parkour champion. You should be doing that in your sleep. Alright, let's see how this attempt went. Nope, you still messed it up again. Okay, so this time you built barely half a house, and it's also like 50 blocks up in the air. That's fine, don't sweat it. Not everyone gets it on their first try.
I don't get it. I'm thinking of a house, and it's not building the house. Why are these things so hard to use?
Yeah, it's more of an imagination thing. I don't know, you just gotta think harder. I mean, I got it on my first try.
Yeah, of course you did, bro. So what are you gonna do now that the world
Now that
doesn't
he's
need
God.
saving anymore? What are you supposed to do as the parkour god?
That's the thing. I don't have to do anything. If the world needs saving, I'll be there to save it. But for now, I just want to parkour. I've been a parkour noob. I've been a parkour pro. I've been a master. And I've been a parkour champion. And every
now he's
one
a
of those
parkour
roles
god.
came with expectations about where I should go or what I should do. But now, the only one to decide those things for me is myself. So, all I'm gonna do is parkour. And if that leads me back to saving Parkour Civilization again, then so be it. From now on, the only path I'm following is my own. I make my own jumps.
Refreshing wild cherry.
Get out of here with these ads, man. Oh, that was really good. That was really good. I'm like a white person clapping at the end of a movie. Let's go. Let's go. That was really good. That was absolute peak. Totally absolute peak. Okay, you can't just quote me saying I'm like a white person. That was not the full sentence. You are quoting out of context, Athena. Okay. Okay, guys, the other video that I owe you is, really long. The other video that I owe you is 2.5 hours, and I don't think I have that in me tonight. We can do that one tomorrow. Either tomorrow or Wednesday before my Minecraft stream. 'Cause Wednesday is April 1st, guys. Wednesday is April 1st. And, Minecraft, that means there's probably gonna be a Minecraft, April Fool's Day, update, snapshot. So, we're gonna be playing that on Wednesday. So, we can either watch, the Ish video tomorrow, or we can do it before we play the April Fools, or after the April Fools. I'm not sure what time I'm gonna stream tomorrow, on Wednesday, I mean. So, and, cause I might not be able to stream tomorrow, that's why I'm not, like, for sure saying that we'll do it tomorrow. But, yeah. It's just peak. So I've heard. I have definitely heard that he is very peak. And I am very excited to watch it. I just can't do it tonight. It's a little too late already, and I got stuff to do tomorrow. I have to finish writing a short story tonight, actually. Yikes. Okay. Okay, but chat, thank you for watching. Watching with me, watching me watch Parkour Civilization. If it's so do you have a costume that protects Minecraft skin? Yeah, you have a costume of Evbo skin. Clearly very peak. Okay. Alright guys, I'm gonna head over to my ending screen. So, thanks for watching guys. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!